The ballpark will hold it. On the track, the left fielder Slater is there to make the play. And very quickly, 2 down.
That ball was hit hard to left center, but this is a big ballpark. The ball doesn't carry that well here in San Fran. Still get him out of here, but it's going to take a jolt. But they got to get this offense going. You mentioned that Turner yesterday had 2 hits. They only had 5 as a team. They left 2 guys on base yesterday, and 2 of the 5 hits came in that 9th inning. Really was quiet the first night, too, if it wasn't for Tristan Casas.
Speaking of Devers, he is 0 for the series. 8 at-bats, no hits. Batting with 2 down in the first. The pitch is a fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1 to Devers. Manny Gonzalez at home plate. Adrian Johnson, the first base umpire. Quinn Walcott at second. And Junior Valentine in the rocking chair at third. Alexander's needed only 5 pitches thus far. The next one to Raffy is swung on and missed. He's not done as much of that lately, Devers. He chased that one. It's 0-2, beginning the Safe Flight Auto Glass part of the order. Every home run hit by Red Sox batters 3 through 6. Safe Flight donates $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. 6 pitches, 6 strikes for Alexander. The 0-2 to Devers is outside. Slider that missed. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Devers has had a red-hot July. One of 6 Red Sox hitters batting over .340 in the month, which is just amazing. 1-2 to Devers. Here's the pitch. That's fouled right back to us. 5 rows in front. Fan made a very nice bare hand grab in the front row. And it's 1-2 to Devers. Raffy, 25 homers, 76 driven in. Here is a set from Alexander. The pitch is low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Alexander, a lot of these openers now, they can give you multiple innings. We saw yesterday, as a matter of fact, Walker went 2 2/3, but really he's just a 1-inning guy. I think you're most likely going to see that righty Ross Stripling in that second.
Duvall out on deck. 2-2 to Devers. Here's the pitch. That is a soft ground ball on the right side. The first baseman Flores gloves. He flips to the covering pitcher in time, and it's a 1-2-3. Top of the first for the Red Sox. To the bottom half, Brennan Bernardino to the mound. Scoreless. Giants coming up on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
The Rich Keefe Show, weekday afternoon starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Brennan Bernardino is going to open the ballgame for the Red Sox for the 5th time. He is on the mound in the first, and He'll face Austin Slater, Wilmer Flores, and Marco Luciano for the Giants in the Herb Chambers batting order. This opening inning. Bernardino, the southpaw, against the right-handed hitting Austin Slater. Red sleeves beneath his blue top, and Bernie throws a strike on the inside corner. As he so often does, fastball 0-1. The Herb Chambers batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers, Toyota Auburn, and Toyota of Boston. 0-1, the pitch. Sliders swung on and missed. Really a curveball for Bernardino, and it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, we've decided to call that a slider from that release point, but he's been great. 4th starts now. Got a 1.29 ERA as an opener.
0-2. That one almost hit Slater. In the dirt, 1-2.
The Sox are 3-1 in those 4 starts as opener, but he's got a nice roll here. But when he doesn't do that, he's out in that bullpen. He's still lefties just aren't touching him, hitting a $170 off him. He's done a really nice job, sinker slider.
He is fearless. The 1-2, swing and a miss. He got him. Great breaking ball. And again, Bernardino begins it with a bang. 1 down, and here comes Wilmer Flores. He is a strike thrower, and these Red Sox love Bernardino. Behind him, Turner's the first baseman. Arroyo at second. Pablo Reyes out of the missing persons program. He's in there as the starting shortstop. Rafi is at third. Jorge Alfaro is the battery mate today. He sets, does Bernardino, and he fires a pitch that misses just inside. To Wilmer Flores, it's 1-0. Verdugo in right, Duvall in center with Rob Refsnyder starting the game in left. Here's the 1-0. That is dropped by Alfaro. I mean, that was a good pitch. Just inside. And it's 2-0.
Well, that's one of the issues with Alfaro back there behind the plate. We know he's got a cannon. Just can he get rid of it quick to throw guys out? But it's more about framing and pass balls. That's one thing you got to keep an eye on here today.
Here's the 2-0. That is a strike. With Reese McGuire set to return here very soon, you have to think about whether or not this might be the end for Jorge Alfaro and the Red Sox.
Yeah, Reese is going back-to-back days today and tomorrow. I think he's going to be ready Tuesday or Monday in Seattle.
2-1 pitch. Called a ball. That looked very good from Bernardino, but squeezed a little bit by Gonzalez. And it's 3-1.
Well, with the lefty on the mound, Kapler goes first 4 guys, all righties. 3 lefties in that back half, but it's coming at him with 4 righties out of the gate.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. That is a strike on the outside corner. You know that Nick Pivetta likely to go today in a bulk role where he's been so dominant, at which point maybe Kapler would flip some of these righties for left-handed bats. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Wilmer Flores. The pitch. That is strike 3 called on the outside corner. Paint it black, and they're 2 away.
Nice. He comes right back. That's the thing. You talk about fearless. He's got good movement on that sinker. That's one thing Bernardino you love from him. Coming out of this bullpen, he's going to throw strikes. He falls behind 3-1 to the hottest hitter in this lineup. He just attacks him with fastball in, fastball away, and freezes him.
Here now, Marco Luciano had a great game yesterday. A couple of hits and played very well at shortstop. He bats with 2 down in the first. We're scoreless as Bernardino almost hits Luciano with a breaking pitch. He checked his swing, and it's 1-0. Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during the season, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. 2 down, bases clear. The 1-0 is fouled off in between the legs of Jorge Alfaro, and it's 1-1.
They had this kid working at second base here pregame, turning 2, and Brendan Crawford back here at shortstop. I still think Luciano's going to play a lot of short, but at times you might find him that spot at second, getting some work in.
1-1 is swung on and missed. He's got that slider working, does Bernardino, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that is a good one. He's really kind of feeling that early on in this first. Bernardino's gone 2 innings now in 3 of these 4 starts. We're expected to try to get a couple out of him here again.
Came on in the 6th inning on Friday night. Red Sox won. And retired the only hitter he saw, Austin Slater. The 1-2 is just down and in. A breaking ball. Came on in relief, did Bernardino, of Cutter Crawford in the 6th inning. With a run already in, the Giants countered with Slater, and Bernardino fanned him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper foul outside of third. It stays 2-2, and deals are coming fast and furious now. Yesterday, the Rangers Acquired Max Scherzer, who waived his no-trade clause, opted in for next season. And the Rangers keep going. They just landed Jordan Montgomery, left-handed starter for the Cardinals. 2-2 is fouled down the right field line. So it is safe to say the Rangers are all in.
And, rightfully so. I mean, the way they've been spending here recently with some of these moves, I mean, they're in win now mode. They also got Chris Stratton, a bullpen reliever, too, from St. Louis. So we had a couple of arms to that rotation.
Another 2-2. Fastball, little high, very close pitch. But it's full to Marco Luciano.
Blue Jays also made a move. They acquired the hard-throwing Jordan Hicks from the Cardinals. So the Cardinals full sell mode at this point. Expect Jack Flaherty, another starter. He's another one to go.
3-2 pitch. Here it is. That is outside ball 4. Who walked him. So that's a pretty good plate appearance there by the rookie Luciano behind Bernardino. He is the first base runner of the day. And here comes J.D. Davis. Everybody expects Flaherty to go. Yesterday, John Mozeliak said that Nolan Arenado, in spite of some rumors, is totally off the table. They will not move him. Which I think probably relieves the Giants because Arenado was linked to the L.A. Dodgers.
Yeah.
So if they need more offense, the pitch to yesterday's hero, J.D. Davis, misses inside for ball 1.
J.D. Davis last night, first pitch home run off of Kenley Jansen, and that's where he is dangerous. He's hitting .517 on the first pitch with 8 home runs. That's 30 for 58.
1-0. That is on the ground to short. Pablo Reyes smoothly has it underhand flip the short way to second to get Luciano and end the inning. A walk, but no harm against Bernardino, who does a great job again. After an inning, we are scoreless in San Francisco. For the Red Sox, Duvall, Yoshida, and Arroyo due up on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Fire up that grill. Steak tips and lamb loin chops are on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Hey, it's Joe from my friends at Shaw's and Star Market. Today through Thursday, pick up value pack sirloin steak tips and lamb loin chops bone-in for just $6.97 a pound when you use the digital coupon. Limit 2 packages. When you shop with the Shaw's app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Get grilling with big savings today. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Adam Duvall, where it all began in San Francisco, to lead it off in the second inning. The opener, Alexander, stays in the game. It'll be Duvall, Yoshida, and Arroyo in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Porsche Boston and Porsche Burlington. Duvall's had a nice series here. The pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. Adam was 0 for 3 yesterday, but 2 doubles in the opener, playing a very good center field. It is cavernous here. They moved the wall in before last season. It's 391 to straightaway center. 0-1 pitch is through the wickets of the catcher Sable to the backstop. 1-1. It is a break today for the Red Sox to not have Patrick Bailey behind the plate.
He's going to get a guy on base at this point. Bailey, the young catcher, throwing everybody out. More impressive numbers than Connor Wong across the board defensively.
The tail of the tape yesterday, insane. The 1-1 is crushed into center field, but right at Matos. He's there to make a hip-high grab. Loud contact, but 1 down. On the play that Rob Refsnyder was thrown out in the 9th inning for the first out, with the Red Sox having just tied the game, Refsnyder was out by 5 feet. He got a great jump. The pop time for Bailey on that throw, an outrageous 1.75.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, Elite. I think Realmuto's number one at an average of 1.81 in that range.
Here's Yoshida with one down. The pitch to him is in there for a strike. I can't remember, Lou, a time I ever heard of anything in the 1.7s.
Pudge.
Yeah, that's about it.
Rodriguez days.
Scoreless in the second. It is a spectacular day for a ball game. Alexander throws. Yoshida swings and misses wildly over the top of a fastball. And it's 0-2.
Well, Cap's going with Alexander here for another inning. He's only really a one-inning guy, but he only threw 10 pitches in that first. Probably bought him another.
Stripling is up and throwing. 0-2 to Yoshida. Here it is. He swings and misses over a slider. And the Red Sox have seen their first 5 hitters retired. Here's Arroyo at 243 with 3 homers and 22 driven in, and he will not see Alexander. That's it. They left him in to face Yoshida. And now Stripling will come on to see Arroyo. Just by the way, in case you're thinking about what the Red Sox may need to do at the deadline here in a couple of days, according to Bob Nightingale, the great national baseball reporter for USA Today, the Cardinals today, in dealing Montgomery and Jordan Hicks, get the Blue Jays number 7 prospect, the Rangers 11 prospect, 14 prospect, and an active left-handed major league pitcher. So just by example, if the Red Sox were to try to get a starter and a bullpen, if you just looked at their list, that would basically be Mikey Romero, Wilkeman Gonzalez, and someone like Chris Murphy. So, I mean, it's going to take a lot if they're trying to add here, the Red Sox, a couple days to go. Till the deadline, Ross Stripling is going to come on with 2 down and the bases empty. Arroyo to face him on a beautiful day in San Francisco. Scoreless in the second by the Bay. We'll come back for Stripling and Arroyo right after this in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of Ford trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. This is your time to discover summer at your local Ford dealer.
Arbella Insurance is the presenting sponsor of the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. We've been proudly supporting Dana Farber and the Jimmy Fund and its mission to provide life-saving cancer care, research, education, and prevention for over 15 years. Donate $50 or more to the Jimmy Fund, and you could save 6% off your car insurance with Arbella. Find a local independent agent at arbella.com. Arbella, here for the Jimmy Fund. Here for good.
Now here we go, 2 down in the second inning. Red Sox and the Giants are scoreless, and after Alexander departs, seeing 5 hitters and retiring the ball here, Lou, is the right-hander Ross Stripling. The Red Sox most familiar with him from his time with the Toronto Blue Jays, and he's had kind of an up and down time here with the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit this year. He's 0-4 with a 5.77 ERA, 68 hits in 57 2/3. Giving up 13 home runs as well. A little time in that bullpen.
Here's Arroyo, right-handed hitter, and he takes a strike on the outside corner with a good slider, 0-1. Christian, 243, 3 homers and 22 driven in. 0-1 is taken outside. It's 1-1. A big old sailboat flying by with Coors Light cans on both the sails out there. That's Lou's kind of boat. It's just
cold.
Amazing scenery here. The one is a little bit outside to Arroyo, and it's 2-1. Oftentimes, if Lou is offered an adult beverage, they ask him what he'd like, and rather than a specific brand, oftentimes he just says, "You got cold?"
Cold
pitch.
works.
It's fouled off.
Cold works
on the third base side. 2-2.
Place the other day didn't have Corona.
Yeah.
So what would you like? Cold. At that point, I don't know, whatever you got. Open up that fridge and grab something. Grab 2, as a matter of fact.
This is a very good day for a cold beer. Sun-splashed afternoon by the Bay. 2-2 to Arroyo. Here's the pitch. And that is strike 3 call. Beauty from Stripling right on the corner. Now the Red Sox go down again in order. They've just not had much going on offensively, really all weekend long in San Francisco. No score. Bernardino back to the mound after this in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Major attention.
Hey, it's Greg. Are the high temperatures forcing your air conditioning into overdrive, leading to sky-high energy bills? Reach out to my friends at Window Nation. Protect and increase the value of your home today with new windows. Call 866-90-NATION or go online at windownation.com. They're ready to help.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Calling all outdoor enthusiasts. Is your backyard ready for summer? Look outside. What do you see? If it's a layer of dirt on your deck, patio furniture, fence, or walkways, it's time to get to work. Grab a bottle of Simple Green OxySolve Total Outdoor Pressure Washer Concentrate and feel the satisfaction of watching all that grime just wash away. Yeah, now you're ready for some outdoor fun. Visit simplegreen.com to learn more.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Brendan Bernardino's first pitch of the second inning to Michael Conforto is a beautiful curveball in the corner for strike one. Bernardino in a groove. He walked one in the first. Conforto waits patiently, an OPS of 729 for him, a little down by his standards as Bernardino misses inside, and it's 1-1.
Conforto, it's a tough park to hit in, but he's only hitting 205 at home, 272 on the road. Big ballpark here.
1-1, up and in, almost hit him. I mean, this isn't a real pleasant place to call home as a hitter. Red Sox have some of the great offensive numbers in all of baseball in the last couple of months at home as it's warmed up at Fenway Park. They've not hit much here. The 2-1 hits him. Fastball that got away from Bernardino. That one tailed up and in. And so a leadoff base runner for the Giants.
Yeah, that might get some action up in that bullpen. I was looking between innings to see if somebody would get loose, and haven't seen anybody up there. We're talking a lot about Nick Pivetta. That looks like Schreiber.
It does to me.
We're a ways away, and really that's more of maybe Bernardino going to get two. We're going to give Pivetta maybe a clean third, but if we need to get out of some jams here now, we're going to come in with that reliever in the middle of the inning. It looks like it could be a guy like John Schreiber.
No doubt about that. Here's Luis Matos, right-handed hitter with Devers in on the bag at third. Leadoff man aboard the pitch is down and in, while Bernardino, who was razor sharp in the first, not quite so here in the second. Conforto, Matos, and Sable in the Herb Chambers batting order. Here is a breaking ball. Did that hit him? Yes, it did. He did not swing, and so Bernardino has plunked the first two batters of the second inning.
Well, he's lost his fastball command here. After the first pitch breaking ball on Conforto, then he really lost command of his fastball and ends up drilling Conforto. And then he comes with that breaking ball down and in, and he hits Matos. And we saw in the first inning, he almost hit a couple of guys in that first inning with this breaking ball down and in. Dave Bush wants to go have a chat.
Well, it's a good time for a visit, not only to calm him down, but to get Schreiber a little more time. The difficulty sometimes with Nick Pivetta is that even though he's been so awesome in the bullpen, the Red Sox do warm him up like a starter. He's in that mode. He takes a long, long while to get ready, and they do prefer to let Nick begin with a clean inning.
Yeah, you don't want to bring him in the middle of the inning with guys on base. It's not something that he's really done, let alone coming out of the bullpen. He's done a nice job with it. But you want to give him a clean inning. So if you get in a little bit of trouble here, you're going to go to a guy like Schreiber. You're going to try to take care of some business, especially the top of the order. As we mentioned, first 4 guys, all righties. But you got 2 or 3 guys here now before you even get to that point.
Devers is thinking Sable might consider a bunt. He creeps in onto the grass at third base. Turner plays behind the runner at first. 2 on, none out. This left-handed hitter's got a lot of power. He does square, and he bunts it beautifully on the third base side. This is going to be a hit. The bases are going to be loaded with nobody out. Bernardino threw it anyway. No reason for that. I mean, that's just a perfect bunt by Sable. Devers had no chance. He wasn't in far enough. And here we go. Major trouble for Bernardino and the Red Sox, and that's it for Brennan. Alex Cora is going to come get him.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bunt. Sable thinking sack bunt the whole way, but where he placed this, he deadened it right down the line, about a foot or 2 off that line on the grass. Bernardino had to go a long way. It was too far for Devers to come get it. Really not much you could do there, and Schreiber's going to be asked to clean this up.
Yeah, I would say he's going to inherit a bases-loaded jam with nobody out. So Bernardino, great in the first and really wobbly here in the second. What a challenge for Schreiber and the Red Sox. By the way, when Arroyo was retired, he finished the Safelite Auto Glass part of the order when Red Sox batters 3 through 6 hit a home run. Safelite donates $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. What a spot for Mr. Leverage. John Schreiber out of the bullpen, bases loaded, nobody out, scoreless for now. Schreiber will try to keep it that way. When we come back to San Francisco on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Arbella Insurance is the presenting sponsor of the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. We've been proudly supporting Dana-Farber and the Jimmy Fund and its mission to provide life-saving cancer care, research, education, and prevention for over 15 years. Donate $50 or more to the Jimmy Fund, and you could save 6% off your car insurance with Arbella. Find a local independent agent at arbella.com. Arbella, here for the Jimmy Fund. Here for good.
John Schreiber into quite a mess, not of his own making. Bases loaded with nobody out. And Schreiber, who back off the injured list, pitching for a third time, is getting ready, and he will see Casey Schmidt and then Brandon Crawford with the bases loaded and nobody out. So Bernardino gone after an inning plus, a hit, a walk, 2 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. And what a jam for John Schreiber.
Yeah, no, this isn't ideally what you're looking for here. You know, it's not an overpowering lineup by any means here in San Fran. They do it different ways, but they started putting the bases loaded here with a couple of hit batsmen and a perfect executed bunt. You find yourself in a jam, and much like last night with Pax, you got to try to minimize this damage. You'll take the ground ball double play at this point if you're John Schreiber.
John has not pitched in 4 days. Here is Casey Schmidt, right-hander. Bases loaded, the pitch. Swinging a chopper foul outside of third. The Giants yesterday 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position. And Schreiber trying to continue that trend right here. He's pitched very well of late. 1 run in his last 8 outings. It spans 6 2/3 innings. Bases loaded for the bottom of the order and nobody out. 0-1. Schreiber throws. And a swing and a shot foul again. A sinking fastball in on the hands. It's 0-2. And Schreiber's probably feeling really good, Lou. He's in good spirits after breakfast with you.
Yeah, we had a little breakfast. He got stuck with me. Sat at the bar. There was only one spot open. Sat next to him. We both just ordered and hung out for a while.
He's such a fun guy to talk to. 0-2, the pitch. That is a slider that misses just low. Very close. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, it's a good pitch. Just down. Schreiber, since coming off the IL, remember that first appearance? He got that start against Atlanta. Hey, welcome. You get Acuna after all that missed time.
1-2 pitch. That is inside. Alfaro had to lunge to his left. That was not all that close to Schmidt, but from 0-2 to 2-2.
And in that first outing, he didn't have a slider at all. He kind of gutted through that inning. Only gave up 1 run. It came in the other night, though, and the slider looked pretty good here. You're going to need to execute it here now. Try to get that strikeout.
Such an important part of this Red Sox picture. 2-2 with the bases loaded. The pitch. Swing and a foul at a play. I mean, Schreiber, when he was going so well last year, we all know that the slider was such a huge weapon for him. And one of the keys, Lou, was something that would be useful in this moment right here. He had a ton of swing and miss.
He sure did. Just locating it. Strange arm angle was fantastic for them last year. It's good to have him back.
Here's another 2-2. Swinging a chopper, foul outside of third. Had that been fair, that had a real good chance to come home from Devers. And I think that's what a lot of these infielders, particularly on the corners, will be thinking. Come home and cut off that lead run and maybe even try to turn 2.
Yeah, wherever the ball takes you, right? If it's hit hard, let's turn 2 and get out of this. Turn that double play. Give up the run early. Slowly hit, charge it, get the force at home.
Here's another 2-2. Swinging a shot down the left field line. Foul. Schmidt went down to a knee. That felt like trouble off the bat. But out in front in a big way. And Schreiber is having a hard time putting him away.
Yeah, everything's been down and in on him. Had that one good slider just down, but this is where you really like to paint with that slider down and away, maybe just off of that swing and miss. He also likes to paint that two-seamer away to righties at times.
Huge moment early in the game. The 2-2. Swing and a foul. Came back with a fastball at 94 miles an hour, and Schmidt hung in there.
Yeah, that's the one he tried to paint away. He couldn't get the swing and miss.
Schmidt is 6 for his last 65 over 29 games. Figured in the big rally last night. 2-2. Here it is. That misses. Slider down and in. And now the string is out. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, nobody out.
Well, you got to let it eat here now. Here it is. Here's my 94. See what you can do with it.
Full count. Here it is. Swinging a ground ball to third. Devers dives. He will spin. Dive to the third base bag and make the play there. In the end, a run scores. It's 1-0 Giants. But Raffy just saved at least 1 run with a good diving stop. There's 1 down with a run in.
That was a really nice play by Devers. And he challenges him. Here's my fastball. Schmidt turns on a little hard one-hopper down to Raffy's right. He dives, makes a really nice play. He's able to get up and get the tag play at third base. And he didn't get 2 outs. But still, I think you'll take that all day long, given the situation you were just in. Bases loaded, nobody out. You give up 1 run, first and second here now. Now's when you want that double play. You get out of here with 1, you'll be happy.
Brandon Crawford just off the IL, missed the last 12 games with knee inflammation. At one time, really one of the great shortstops in the game, but a true veteran now. The bat has slowed down considerably, hitting .207 this season. So with a run in, first and second and 1 down, here's Crawford. The pitch. That is a shot into center field. Duvall coming in. He will get there with a dive and make the play. Awful base running by Sable, and they will double him off to end the inning.
Well, that's a huge play by Duvall. He got a great jump on it. The line drive that's diving down in front of him to his right. And once he made this catch, Sable just took off. He just gambled, said, "It's a knock. I'm taking off." Easy double play to get out of that. You'll take it all day long.
Just horrendous base running and a huge gift for the Red Sox. The Red Sox will take that. 1 run in after 2, 1-0 Giants in the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of Ford trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. This is your time to discover summer at your local Ford dealer.
Why?
If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this a lot. Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hours.
Why?
Because your network gives priority to cell phone users.
Why?
Good question. Why not switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours?
Okay.
Stop the whys and visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Alex Verdugo to lead it off against Ross Stripling for the Red Sox in the top of the third. Trailing 1-0 could have been far worse. Verdugo, Reyes, and Alfaro in the Herb Chambers batting order. The pitch to Doogie is a strike on the inside corner with a Stripling curveball. It's 0-1. Verdugo has a couple hits in this series, which have been welcome. Big-time slump. Here's the 0-1, and that is low.
Stripling doesn't really blow you away with anything. The fastball's at 92. He throws his slider just as much as his fastball, changeup. Doesn't get a ton of swing and miss. Strikeouts.
1-1 is a little outside to Verdugo. 2-1.
I mean, the offense has to wake up. Really, the first game, it was pretty much Duvall and Casas. That's it. Yesterday was Turner. Durant had a couple hits, but up and down this lineup, it's been really quiet here so far out west.
Here's the 2-1, and Verdugo takes a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. I mean, you can talk all you want about the shadows, the sunlight, day games here, and all that's fine and good, but Red Sox have got to find a way. Just not nearly enough offense the last 2 days. The 2-2 is skied into right field, but that'll hold up for Conforto. Couple of steps to his right. Lazy fly, one away. Here comes Pablo Reyes in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Genesis of Auburn.
We're a couple innings away from something special happening in the booth. I'm kind of excited for it. I'm excited for you to be able to do radio with your brother Dave.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. He's going to come here in the 5th inning. In the 4th inning, John Miller, the Hall of Fame broadcaster, is going to join Lou here. I'll go over to KNBR. Here's the pitch to Pablo Reyes. It's a strike on the outside corner. It's a special day for all of us. I mean, I've been looking forward to this series for a long time. But to have a chance to do some innings with your big brother is very cool. The 0-1 is chopped to the third base side and actually to the shortstop. Crawford deep in the hole. He throws to first, and Reyes is gone.
Yeah, so then in the 5th inning, I'm going to go over in San Fran radio with John Miller, and Dave will come over here with you, and people can guess which Fleming is talking.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be clear.
You play that game, because I played golf with both of these guys, and I wasn't sure which one was telling me I was 127 out.
There are some similarities, that's for sure. Not really off the tee, though, on the golf course. Here's Jorge Alfaro with 2 down and the base is empty. In the third, 1-0 Giants. That's an over-the-top curveball that hits him. What a gift that is. Alfaro is aboard, and at least for now, even against a righty, Refsnyder's going to get another at-bat. So that's how the Red Sox get their first base runner.
Curveball there. Aquaman doesn't even move or flinch. You know, Alfaro just sort of takes this curveball off the shoulder like it didn't hit anything. He's a big boy, Alfaro. He can run, too, by the way. He's an athlete.
Might have hurt the baseball more than him. So here's Refsnyder, who got the pinch hit off the bench on Friday. Key knock for Rob. Here it is, and he takes a fastball low for ball 1. League leaders, and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James. Yoshida came into play 5 percentage points behind Bo Bichette for the American League batting lead. 318 for Bichette, 313 for Yoshida, and Yandy Diaz at 312. 1-0. That is a chopper foul at the feet of Refsnyder, and it's 1-1. Drains by James is Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining, residential and commercial, at drainsbyjames.com. They give a poop about your pipes. Packed house. Perfect afternoon for baseball in San Francisco. 1-1 to Refsnyder. Turner out on deck. Here's the pitch, and Rob takes a strike at the top of the zone.
A low slider, four-seamer 92 in. And then a little slider away. Stripling, like I said, none of this stuff really blows you away, but he mixes it up. He keeps you off balance. Changeup, slider, little curveball.
1-2 to Refsnyder. He skies one into left field. It's carrying pretty well to the corner. Slater by the line, and he is out of room. It is into the seats, foul, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to Rob Refsnyder.
Kind of similar swings here this inning. Verdugo hit a changeup. He barreled it, but he was so far out in front, there was really nothing behind it. Refsnyder very similar here. He kind of barreled it, but out in front. Got enough to get out of play, though.
Get you updated on the Subaru of New England scoreboard in a moment. 1-2 to Refsnyder. Alfaro leading at first. The pitch. Swinging a shot into the gap in right center field. Back on it, Conforto, and it'll hold up in front of the warning track. And the inning is over. Not really carrying well at all today on this Sunday afternoon in the city by the Bay. Red Sox get their first base runner, but Alfaro is stranded. To the bottom of the third we go. I think there's a real good chance at some point soon Pivetta will be on. But first, Schreiber continues in the game on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there, providing hot meals, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Mike Yastrzemski's going to pinch hit to begin the bottom of the third against John Schreiber, so Slater's day is done. Yaz takes a slider for strike one from John Schreiber. 1-0 Giants. Pitch to Yaz is crushed into the right center field gap. Long run for Verdugo. He can't get it. He took a bad route. It shoots past him into Triple's alley, but Yaz will hold at second base with a stand-up double. So Gabe Kapler pulls the right lever, and the Giants right away have a man in scoring position.
Well, remember, back in that third inning there, we were wondering if Cora would do something similar with a man on and bring in Duran right away for Refsnyder, but he gave him that at-bat. Well, Kapler goes with Yastrzemski after one at-bat of Slater, and it pays off with leadoff double.
Subaru New England scoreboard. The Rays have just beaten the Astros 8-2 earlier today. The Blue Jays struggled with the Angels. Here's a little comebacker to the mound. Gloved by Schreiber. He bobbles. He throws to first in time. Thank God it was Flores. Almost anybody else would have beaten that out. But kind of a swinging bunt there for Wilmer. Over to third goes Yastrzemski with only one out.
You know, I know Flores doesn't run well, but that looked like an extremely lack of effort getting down to first base, because when Schreiber picks this ball up, he gloves it, has to reach in there again for it, and took a lot of time getting this ball to first base.
One down, runner at third, infield in. Here's a little dribbler foul down the third base line from Marco Luciano. Subaru summer's finally here. Make it a Subaru summer in 2023. Subaru details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
A little surprised looking out in that bullpen. It's not Nick Pivetta. It looks like Murphy. Maybe with these lefties in the bottom third and maybe saving Nick here for tomorrow night. But it looks like Murphy could be the bulk.
0-1. Here's the pitch. That is inside, and clearly the Red Sox staff has decided that today, against this lineup, Murphy the better matchup. I guess maybe trying to avoid Jock Peterson and some other hitters for these Giants. And maybe Pivetta against the Mariners and J-Rod tomorrow. 1-1 to Luciano, infield and the pitch. fouled off on the first base side.
Well, especially now, too, when you think about the fact that they just took Slater out of the game, who hits lefties real well. Yastrzemski, the lefty, is in the game. It kind of really, now it does set up better for Murphy.
Such a fun chess match between these two. 1-2, the pitch. Then he's swung on and missed. He got him. Huge strikeout for Schreiber. Giants' issues with runners in scoring position continue. And with 2 down, here's yesterday's hero, J.D. Davis.
Yeah, that is a big strike for John. Remember, we were talking about this at bat with Schmidt. He couldn't finish him off. The first hitter, he came into this game. Now he's faced hitters. Really, Luciano there with good sinker.
Here's the pitch to Flores. He can't stop on a slider. It's 0-1. The Catches Law Group injury report. Trevor Story is the DH today for Worcester. He's 0 for 3 down there. Woo Sox playing a double dip hosting Rochester. 0-1 with a runner at third and 2 down. The pitch is a little bit low. Slider from Schreiber, and it's 1-1.
Got to get my scouting report from Brian Daubach, who's the hitting coach. Rochester, how everybody looks. Saw him last Wednesday. He was giving me a little bit after their doubleheader then, but said Story looks good.
1-1 is fouled back. I believe he said even more than that. Like, look out, he's ready to help this team.
Yeah, I think he swung the bat well against them. He said he charged, made a nice bare hand play to his right, too. It was really impressive defensively.
Exciting to think about what he might do. 1-2 to Davis. The pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out. Big stuff from John Schreiber. And the inning is over. Well, John Miller's going to come join Lou for the fourth. I'm off to the San Francisco booth. Lou, have fun.
More importantly, Will, you have a blast,
We'll
buddy.
do it. We'll do it. See you soon. 1-0 Giants after 3 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Why?
If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this
Why?
a lot. Why? Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hours.
Why?
Because your network gives priority to cell phone users.
Why?
Good question. Why not switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours?
Okay.
Stop the whys and visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
When you want to reel in fresh and delicious seafood, just head to the seafood department at Shaws and Star Market. Take your pick from our wide assortment of quality seafood. You'll discover that we're hooked on fresh. Got a question? Stop by the seafood counter and meet our seafood experts. They can help with preparation tips and more. From recipe cards to easy-to-prepare seafood choices, you'll always land a great catch in our seafood department. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Here we are leading off the top of the fourth here at Oracle. Red Sox trail this one 3-0, and it's my honor to bring in the Hall of Famer John Miller.
All right, and a called strike to Justin Turner, leading it off here. And Ross Stripling misses low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lou Merlone, nice to work with you.
It's great working with you, sir.
I still remember when you hit a home run. It was your first at bat at Fenway. That's the one I remember.
That's the one I remember too.
Oh, you still remember that, do you? Yeah.
Well, the problem is, John, I didn't hit many after that because I wanted it to be special.
You kind of created a lot of expectations, though.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Stripling throws a called strike on the outside. 1-2 now to Justin Turner. I don't think Turner was very happy with that call. Turner hit a deep fly ball into left center his first time. Yastrzemski now playing right field for the Giants. When I did the Red Sox games, Yastrzemski sometimes played left field, oftentimes played first base or DH'd. There's a ball high and tight. And I feel that I have an exclusive place among all broadcasters in the history of the game, being the only guy who did the everyday games for the grandfather and then for the grandson.
Yeah, that is pretty nice. It was special when Yaz came back to Fenway Park, right? Like coming back to Boston, hearing that announcement, Yastrzemski now batting.
And the place was just embraced him like he was a family member. There's a ball too high to Justin Turner. 3-2 the count. Stripling winds, throws. There's a ground ball to short. Over to his left, Crawford. Onto the outfield grass. He's got it. Makes a low throw to first, but scooped out with a backhand grab by Wilmer Flores. And Justin Turner is out number one here in the fourth. The Giants ahead 1-0 as Rafi Devers will come up. When I did the Red Sox games such a long time ago, Carl Yastrzemski, was in his final years as a big league player, and he was much older than all of his teammates. So if we had a night off on the road, there's a curveball, and it's a little bit low for ball one to Devers, who grounded out to first his first time. My partner was Ken Coleman, great broadcaster. So Yaz would usually, if we had a night off on the road, he'd go to dinner with us. Now a swinging strike by Devers, and the count is 1 strike.
So your last year in Boston was 82, is that correct?
1982, that's right.
And then, of course, all those years in Baltimore and Sunday Night Baseball.
There's a swing and a foul off to the left. I remember coming back with Baltimore in 83, and Carl Yastrzemski was in his final year of a brilliant Hall of Fame career. And late that season, the Orioles played at Fenway. The Orioles would win the World Series that year. And Jim Palmer started a game at Fenway, and Yastrzemski hit a home run. It was to be his final home run, except there was an except in there. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing, and Devers hits a high foul out of play off to the left. 1-2 strikes. It started raining in the fourth inning.
Yeah.
And we stopped the game. They put the tarp over the field, and we never restarted it. So it wasn't an actual game.
And we had one of those the other day, and that's different today. Because we had a stopped game against the Mets. We came back the next day. We started right where we left off. And I can remember when I even played, guys would be in panic mode because they wanted those hits to count.
Yeah. Here's a swing. Line drive in the left field by Devers. Hit very hard right down the line. Racing over to cut it off in the corner is Slater. Devers digging for second. Here comes the throw in. And too late. A sliding double for Devers, who beat the throw. It was a little bit offline to the pitcher's mound side of second base. But Devers was going for double all the way, and that's his first hit in this series. And, man, did he hit it hard.
Yeah, that's a good sign, too. This offense has really been quiet here the last couple of days, and Devers in particular, not just struggling, not getting hits, but not looking like himself at the plate. And that was a good sign, driving the ball the other way.
The Devers, and I looked this stuff up now because we have access to it, 106 miles an hour off his bat, so he barreled that one for sure. Here is Duvall taking a called strike with a fastball. 0-1. Possible tying run in scoring position at second base. Adam Duvall hit a fly ball to left center his first time. Now he hits a little squibber right to first, caught by Wilmer Flores. He wheeled around and cocked the arm to make a throw to second to see if he could double up Devers, but no Giants infielder was there yet.
Yeah, Duvall out in front of this, almost like right off that cue shot, off the end of the bat. Flores playing in that second base hole. Good reaction from Rafi Devers, and like he usually does, still on the ground. Devers a lot of times like to just lie on the ground, John, and sort of rest. Probably a little longer than most people.
He's a man after my own heart. I'll just take a rest now. 2 down, Devers still at second. Here is Yoshida, who struck out his first time. And the overhand changeup in there for a called strike. Stripling is a guy who comes straight over the top, and there's something about his physiology, I guess. He has one of the highest release points of any pitcher in the game, even pitchers who are much taller than him. There's a swing and a foul off the left field line by Yoshida on a fastball that followed that changeup, and the count is now 0-2.
I was saying, he doesn't really blow you away with anything, right? But he mixes it up real well, and that changeup's been real effective. A couple of guys way out in front of it. You mentioned that high release. Maybe throws you off a little bit. You don't see it well as a hitter.
It's a little bit of a different release point than they're used to. Here's the pitch now, and that is a little bit low. Right around the knees, called a ball, and it's 1-2.
This Giant staff's really slowed this lineup. They had 5 guys with OPS over 1,000 in July. Everyone's swinging it. They're scoring 10 hits a game. It's been quiet.
Here it comes, and that is up and away with a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, and this is a ballpark that seems to suit pitchers.
Yeah.
It's not a great place to hit, although today the wind it's a different wind. The wind is blowing out toward right field, which is really the opposite direction than the norm. Usually it's in from left across toward right, but it also swirls around inside the ballpark. Right field, I thought right field would play a lot like left field at Fenway when the park first opened. It's only 309 to the right field corner, but that's not the way it's worked out. 2-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 call. He threw him a slider at the knees, and Yoshida thought it was a little lower than that. Inning over. So 1 hit, Devers stranded at second. Conforto will be coming up for the Giants in the last of the 4th. It is 1-0 Giants on
WEI, the Red Sox radio network. Shaw's in Star Market. We'll be right back here right after this.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Why?
Why? If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this a lot.
Why?
Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hours.
Why?
Because your network gives priority to cell phone users.
Why?
Good question. Why not switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours?
Okay.
Stop the whys and visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
Gresh and Fourier. Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Here we are in the bottom of the 4th. Chris Murphy on the pitch for the Boston Red Sox. Sox trail 1-0. Here it looks like a little time in between innings. With Manny Gonzalez, the home plate umpire, taking a break. But I'm here with the Hall of Famer John Miller. John Murphy's a young kid. He was down in AAA this year as a starter. Really struggled with the strike zone. They moved him out to the bullpen where he's kind of really found the zone. And he's been throwing great here for the Red Sox in this bulk role.
5 left-handers in the bullpen for the Red Sox, rather remarkably. Conforto, a left-handed hitter, takes a called strike. Matos, a right-handed hitter, is on deck. And then Sable, who's catching today, another lefty after him. 1-0. Red Sox trailing the Giants. And there's a line drive down the left field line. It is foul. Maybe 3 feet foul or less?
Were you surprised to see Cap kind of pinch hit for Slater this early in this game?
No. That's the way he rolls.
Yeah.
He likes a guy like Yastrzemski has most of the time as a Giant has played every day anyway. And his first couple of years he hit better against left-handers than right-handers. So I think he has no compunction in doing that. Plus, I think he thought maybe Yaz would get something started, and he did.
Yeah.
He got something started, which they did not cash in on.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe Yaz would go for a triple, but because he's fast, he's got a lot of speed. But he's had a couple of times with a hamstring issue this year. There's a check swing foul. That one inadvertently hit the bat and shot off to the left, right past Matos, who's on deck. And it's 0-2 to Conforto.
We were wondering, too, if Alex would have done the same thing maybe with Duran and Refschneider in that third inning. But with Yaz and Slater out, it really sets up nicely here for Murphy, the lefty.
The 0-2 pitch, and it's topped foul just back behind the plate. Still 0-2 now to Conforto, who a guy who was hitting a lot of home runs. He was leading the club in home runs, but he has not hit many here lately. In the last, 5-6 weeks, he's only hit one home run.
Yeah, a lot of power, too. Remember the days with the Mets? They're wondering if he could hit lefties, but the power was always there.
0-2 pitch, a little chop right out in front of the plate, stepping out to get it, Alfaro. And he takes his time, throws him out at first, one away.
It's a good slider there from Murphy. Murph's got 94, 95 in the tank. Kind of really stuck with that fastball slider in that bullpen, but since he's come up to the big leagues, talking to him about implementing that curveball back in his mix, he loves the swings he's been getting from these hitters, and now pretty much a three-pitch guy, but throwing strikes, which is just the key for him.
Matos, 21-year-old, and a foul off to the right into the upper deck. Giants have two 21-year-olds in their lineup. The last time they rolled out a lineup that had two guys in the same lineup beneath 22 years old was more than 40 years ago. There's a fastball too high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think some of the base runners here for the Red Sox happy to see that third rookie, Patrick Bailey, the catcher, out of the game. Not playing today. He has got a cannon, throwing everybody out.
Here's the pitch now, and a swinging strike. That was a high breaking ball, and he chased it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He was hit by a pitch his first time, as was Conforto back in the second inning. 1-0. Red Sox trailing the Giants, last of the fourth. Murphy, and I think he took too long. That is a clock violation and an automatic ball 2. So it's 2-2 now to Matos.
Seeing less and less of those, John. I don't know if you guys are committing them or not, but not noticing the clock as much.
Here's a curve down and in. I thought the Red Sox starter on Friday, Crawford, he was using that clock to his advantage. He comes set with 9-10 seconds left, and then he would sit there. And when it got down to 2, then maybe he'd kick and deliver.
I've seen a lot of pitchers try to mess with that, freeze the hitter.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think they freeze themselves.
Here's a bouncer past the mound to second. Over near the bag, second baseman Arroyo throws him out at first. 2 down.
You know, Pivetta was doing that in spring training, kind of trying to freeze the hitter. And to be honest, it never really ended well for him. He got himself out of a rhythm. You know, they were just like, listen, stop trying to play games with the clock and just throw what you throw and be comfortable with it. And it kind of, I think, really helped him.
Now, my partner on the Giants broadcast, Dave Fleming, is working on our broadcast with your partner, Will Fleming, the brothers Fleming, right now. There's a ball down to the way. Ball 1 to Blake Sable, who got a bunt single his first time. And they're coming over here in the 5th inning.
They are. We're going to go over there.
Here's a swinging strike, and the count is 1-1 now to Sable.
I was challenging some of our Red Sox listeners to see if they could tell the difference between the Fleming brothers. I think they sound a lot alike.
I've never heard him. Well, I take that back. Here's the pitch now, outside for a ball. 4 years ago when the Giants played in Boston, the first series at Fenway Park from Mike Yastrzemski. It was very exciting. And they both broadcast Yaz's home run against Nate Eovaldi. Now here's a fastball for a called strike 2, and it's 2-2 to Sable. But we had an inning similar to today where they worked together on our broadcast, and then Dave went over and worked with Will on the Red Sox booth, and that was a lot of fun. Mike Yastrzemski, before the first game there at Fenway, got word in the clubhouse, hey, your grandfather's here.
Yeah.
So he put his clothes on, went out to the field, and recounted old times with his grandfather, the Hall of Famer. There's a ball way inside, 3-2. The Red Sox had a cool ceremony the next night where the two of them went out and threw out the ceremonial first pitches. So, and Carl aced it. There's a foul back to the screen. The part that I remembered, though, for me, was Yaz getting all that attention, coming back to Fenway. He grew up there. He was a Red Sox fan, and getting rid of all the nervousness and hitting that home run, his second at bat, into the center field bleachers.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment.
Now a swinging strike three, 89-mile-an-hour slider from Murphy, and a very dominant inning. He retires the Giants in order, and it is 1-0. The Giants leading the Red Sox after 4.
You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Fleming Brothers coming at you here in the top of the 5th.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Injuries impact your favorite teams as well as your day-to-day. All season long, Catches Law Group, New England's premier personal injury firm, is proud to be the exclusive injury report sponsor of the WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Since 1986,
Catches has won over $2 billion for their clients.
You pay nothing unless they win. Injured? Get a free legal evaluation at 508-321-7000 or at catcheslaw.com. All season long, you can count on Catches. KECHESlaw.com.
Why?
If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this
Why?
a lot.
Why?
Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hours.
Why?
Because your network gives priority to cell phone users.
Why?
Good question. Why not switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours?
Okay.
Stop the whys and visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
Jones and Mega. Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, back at beautiful Oracle Park in San Francisco for the top of the 5th. Red Sox trailing the Giants 1-0, but for now, that matters little to me. One of the real treats of my career, my big brother, David Fleming, who is the radio voice of the San Francisco Giants, joins us for the 5th. Big brother, great to have you.
Great to be here on the, let me get it right, the Shaw Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Did I get it?
You got it. Here's Christian Arroyo. He softly grounds one to short. Crawford circles around it. He throws to first in time. And Arroyo has gone. A lot of quick outs from Stripling and the Giants today.
Can you tell that I listen to a lot of Red Sox radio?
You
listen
better.
to my little brother.
I always put you guys on the way home. I drive back to Rhode Island. But
I call you little brother, but you've been here all weekend, and everybody here is getting to know you in San Francisco, and everybody said, man, he's so tall.
Did not see that coming. Here's Verdugo, left-handed hitter. He takes a strike on the inside corner. David worked for the Paw Sox from 2001 to 3 before he got the job here in San Francisco. Incredible. You've been here for 2 decades. The 0-1 is low. That's a breaking ball to Verdugo, 1-1.
We just didn't have enough good players with the Paw Sox. We had guys like Merlone and...
You saw a perfect game, didn't you?
I did. Bronson Arroyo pitched a perfect game at Old McCoy.
Here's the 1-1. Verdugo pops it back toward us into the seats, and it's 1-2. This is such a cool thing for me to be here because I lived in San Francisco for the better part of a decade, brought your now 17-year-old twin daughters into your radio booth so many times. They're next to us now. And just so many life memories coming back for me. And to be on air with you is just a great thrill. 1 down in the 5th, 1-0 Giants. The 1-2 is up the middle and into center field. A base hit. Verdugo busting it out of the box. He is around first, but he will hold at second. Verdugo, some signs of life in this series. He's got his 3rd hit. For the Red Sox, that's just their 2nd knock, and Verdugo is aboard for Pablo Reyes, although he may not hit.
Too many former Dodgers.
Yeah. Well, and the Giant fans here have really let, especially Justin Turner here, You got to see him all the time in those rivalry games, David, and I just did not quite appreciate how great a player and leader Justin Turner is. He's transformed this whole thing. As now, this is the spot that Alex Cora is going to choose to go to Tristan Casas, picking his spot against Ross Stripling.
Well, I mean, the Dodgers have had so many good teams over so many years, and all the great players they've had. But really, if you ask Giants fans, not Bellinger, not Seager, not Mookie, not even Freddie Freeman, I think the guy who did more damage in more big spots over the years against the Giants was Justin Turner.
Well, now, having watched him for this season, I can see why. He's just got an uncanny knack for the big moment. Speaking of, here's Casas, who hit the big homer off of Webb in Game 1, and now comes up with a tying run aboard, one down in the 5th. Here is Tristan. Pitch to him is outside. Curveball from Stripling. Got away a little bit from Sabol, but not far enough to advance Verdugo.
The home run Casas hit the other night here, one of the longest left-handed hitter home runs to left or left center that we've seen in a long time.
Well, I said at the time, people not named Bonds don't do that, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. Just an absolute blast, and he's been doing a lot of that. A slugging percentage above 1,000 this month. Here's a high fly into shallow right field. Back onto the second baseman Schmidt battling the sun. He is there in shallow right to make the play. Casas is gone, and they're 2 down. Don't you think that's a fair thing to say about that ball he hit?
Yeah, I do. I mean, we just don't see left-handed hitters do that very often in this park. He's obviously got massive power. He reminds me a little bit of Matt Olson, just sort of the look and style at the plate.
To my knowledge, Matt Olson's toenails are not painted white, nor did he go barefoot on the field before the game today. Here's Jorge Alfaro, right-handed hitter with Verdugo still at first. The pitch is a little comebacker to the mound. Stripling off the front slope, throws low to first, but Flores makes the play. And the inning is over. The Red Sox get their second hit, but they do not get more. To the bottom of the 5th, 1-0 Giants. Big brother David going to do some play-by-play as the Giants hit, leading 1-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
It looks like Herb Chambers has an exceptional lineup this season. The automotive hometown hero offers the largest selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. With so many Herb Chambers dealership locations featuring 35 brands, you'll find the exact vehicle you're looking for. Choose from thousands of different new and pre-owned vehicles. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Because at Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. Visit herbchambers.com to view our entire inventory today.
Why?
If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this a lot. Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hours.
Why?
Because your network gives priority to cell phone users.
Why?
Good question. Why not switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours?
Okay.
Stop the whys and visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
The Rich Keefe Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the bottom of the 5th inning as Chris Murphy fires strike 1 to Casey Schmidt. Giants lead 1-0, and for the play-by-play, the voice of the Giants, my brother, David Fleming.
Thank you, Will. 0-1 pitch to the Giants rookie Casey Schmidt, and it's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. A couple San Diego guys going head-to-head here. Red Sox made a bunch of defensive changes. Schmidt goes after a high slider and fouls it off to the right, out of play. It's 1-2. Casas stayed in the game to play first base. Justin Turner moves from first to second. Arroyo goes from second to short. Giants 1, Red Sox 0. Bottom 5. Murphy pitches, and Schmidt hits a soft liner, shallow left field. It's going to get down base hit. And Casey Schmidt with his first hit of the day. Leadoff single for the Giants. For many, many years, I dreamed of broadcasting Red Sox baseball on the radio when I was in Pawtucket. So I'm thrilled that you invited me over to come do an inning of play-by-play.
Dreams do come true. If this keeps happening, more hits from the Giants, you're not welcome back.
We'll see. Brandon Crawford. Schmidt takes a good-sized lead from first, and the pitch is off the inside. Ball one. Brandon Crawford, who is in the late stages of a great Giants career. I mean, the Giants, like the Red Sox, are an historic franchise. The Giants were born in 1883, even older than the Red Sox. Here's a ball outside. It's 2-0 to Crawford, and I don't think it's a stretch to say the Giants have one shortstop Hall of Famer, a guy from early baseball days named Travis Jackson, but I think Brandon Crawford's the greatest shortstop in Giants history. Just had a tremendous career. The 2-0 pitch, and he blasts one a lot foul.
Wow.
Way up into the upper level, but way foul.
Well, you rather obnoxiously wear your 3 World Series rings around town to show fans, and you wouldn't have them were it not for this guy, Brandon Crawford.
Part of 2 of those 3 World Championship teams. One of the great defensive shortstops of all time. He hits a ground ball to third here, though. And Devers misses it. Goes right under his glove and rolls into shallow left. Schmidt keeps running. He'll go around to third. And that's a huge mistake by Rafi Devers because the Giants are now set up. First and third, nobody out.
He has had an awful 2 weeks defensively. Something is going on in his head after a really nice couple of months. That you can't have a more routine ground ball, and he totally whiffed it.
So now the Giants, this is interesting. You got Mike Yastrzemski due up, and I don't know if this means that something happened to Yaz, because I don't think ordinarily Gabe Kapler would send another left-handed hitter up for Yastrzemski, Jock Peterson, so that's a little concerning for the Giants. Mike Yastrzemski's had 2 different hamstring problems this year. So Jock Peterson stands in, left on left, first and third, nobody out. And he takes off the inside. Ball one. Great chance here for the Giants, leading 1-0, bottom 5, and trying to add on. Jock, who almost never hits against lefties. One of the great hitters against right-handed pitching in the game. He swings here, and it's a fly ball. Shallow center. We'll see if it's deep enough. Coming in to make the catch, that's Duvall. Tagging from third is Schmidt. The throw comes toward home. Schmidt goes back to second, but Crawford tags from first, and he goes to second as Duvall airmailed the cutoff man. So Jock Peterson doesn't get the run home. That's the first out of the inning. But he does get Crawford from first to second, so no double play in order now, and Wilmer Flores will come up.
Here comes Dave Bush, the Red Sox pitching coach, to chat things over with Chris Murphy.
Okay, so this gives me a chance because back in the old days when I used to dream of calling Red Sox games, it wasn't the Green Monster, it wasn't Manny and Big Papi. I really just wanted to ask the Diesel Direct question of the day. Brought to you by Diesel Direct, who remind you to stop wasting time at the pump. Get on-site fuel with Diesel Direct. Results to be read in the 7th inning. So you don't even answer the question now?
Here's the question. You and I can opine. Here's the question. Red Sox have a record of 16-11 against the AL East. Best record against the Blue Jays, 7-0. 25 left against the division. Who is the toughest team left to play? Orioles, Blue Jays, Rays, or Yankees?
Yeah, there's no real right answer. No. Infield comes in. Wilmer Flores with second and third, one out. And Wilmer takes down and in a slider. And part of that meeting with Chris Murphy on the mound might have been, we'll see how aggressive Murphy is against Wilmer. Wilmer has been the Tristan Casas of the Giants. He's been the red-hot hitter. The 1-0. Wilmer pulls it foul, and that one hits the Giants' third base coach, Mark Hallberg, who was trying to get out of the way. He's fine.
I would say, depending on what happens at the deadline, like does Mike Elias finally add a starting pitcher or two? They should. And if so, the answer for me would be the Orioles.
The 1-1 pitch. That one is hit down the right field line, kind of a hanging slider, and Wilmer just punched at it and hits it foul. 1-2. The Giants Yesterday, the Giants won the game despite going 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position. And again today, the Giants are just having a whale of a time in these at-bats. Wilmer asked for time. We had the Orioles here. We haven't seen the Rays yet this year. We were in New York to open the season against the Yankees. Orioles were pretty good. They came in and won a series against the Giants in this park. The 1-2 pitch. Wilmer, line drive, base hit right field. Schmidt is in. Here comes Crawford. He'll stop as Verdugo's up with the ball quickly and makes a good throw home. For Wilmer Flores with the RBI single, and the Giants lead 2-0.
Well, I agree with you that Dave Bush was probably saying, don't let Flores beat you. But that's exactly what Murphy just did, particularly in a 2-strike count. That is not at all what he was looking to do. That pitch got way too much of the zone.
And part of the theory, I think, we're just speculating on what the pitching coach might have been telling Murphy, is you get the 21-year-old kid coming up here. This is just his 4th big league game. Marco Luciano, 0 for 1 with a walk today so far. He swings and grounds one softly to third. Devers has it, and now he hesitates, comes home with a throw. Alfaro running Crawford back toward third. Now Devers throws, and it's Murphy, the pitcher, who takes the throw and tags out Crawford for out number 2. Well, that was interesting because when the ball was hit, I thought Devers was going to try to turn a double play. And instead of doing that, he takes the out at home. Crawford hung up. Crawford did the right thing. You got to come home there if the double play is a possibility. So the Red Sox get the out, 2 down, but J.D. Davis will hit.
I guess maybe Raffy thought it wasn't hit hard enough to surely turn the double play. He was a little uncertain throwing home there. Kind of awkward to Alfaro, but that is a big second out.
And it could be that it wasn't hit hard enough. The fielder's choice. Luciano over at first. Wilmer Flores at second. J.D. Davis swings and misses. Strike 1.
This is something that really hurt the Red Sox early in the year when they were more maddening up and down. Defense has really let them down all year long.
The 0-1 pitch. Davis hits a slow ground ball to short. Arroyo fields, flips to second. Close play. Luciano was hustling, but they get the force out there. And the inning is over. The Giants get the 1 to lead 2-0. Thanks for having me over on your broadcast. Tell Castiglione I'm just disappointed I didn't get to peddle some ground beef or peaches or whatever else. Otherwise, I enjoyed it.
That was awesome, David. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, 2-0. Giants lead the Red Sox. Big Bro going back to his booth. Lou will join us for the 6th in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Finally, the infield shift is gone. So let's get back to playing the right way and eating the right way too with Mike's Amazing Mayo, Mustard, and Vegetable Oil. Game on. Mike's Amazing. When it's on, it's on. Now on sale at your local market.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Calling all outdoor enthusiasts. Is your backyard ready for summer? Look outside. What do you see? If it's a layer of dirt on your deck, patio furniture, fence, or walkways, it's time to get to work. Grab a bottle of Simple Green Total Outdoor Pressure Washer Concentrate and feel the satisfaction of watching all that grime wash away. Yeah! Now you're ready for some outdoor fun. Visit simplegreen.com to learn more.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
On we go into the 6th inning, and the Red Sox need some hits. Rob Refsnyder to lead it off. The pitch to Rob is a little low from Ross Stripling. Well, that was pretty fun for me. A couple innings with my bro. How'd it go for you and John, Mr.
It was
Maloney?
fun for me as well. I got to introduce him to Red Sox defense that last half inning.
The 1-0 pitch has fell off. It's not good enough right now, Lou. And what in the heck is going on with Raffy at third?
No, and that one there is kind of eye-opening, too, because there probably was some spin on that ball from Crawford, but that's a double play, 2 outs, nobody on. Then Duvall's overshooting the cutoff man again.
1-1 to Rob is a soft ground ball that's going to be an infield hit. Refsnyder busting it down the line. Bare hand tried. Throw late. No need to make that play for J.D. Davis, and that's a spark for the Red Sox. Leadoff man aboard in Refsnyder.
Well, they need something going here to take that swing and bunt all day long. I'm just a little surprised. We were talking before. We thought Duran would be the first guy in this game for Refsnyder. Refs now get 3 at-bats, 2 of them off righties. It's actually Tristan Casas that's the guy that's been into this game, but Duran's still sitting out there ready to come in at some point.
Well, the boos let you know who's hitting. It's Justin Turner. 2-0 Giants leading the Red Sox. Lou, you are an infielder. You know this can happen as Turner waits for Stripling at the belt. Here's the pitch, and JT takes a curve on the corner 0-1. It's in Raffy's head right now.
Yeah. I mean, hitters getting funks. There's no question about he getting slumps offensively, but there are defensive slumps. When you start thinking, when you're not reacting, when you don't trust your hands. And it seems like that's where Raffy is right now, especially after that one.
He's on deck. The 0-1 to Turner. Misses high and outside. 1-1. Who's on Deck is brought to you by On Deck, America's largest online small business lender. Apply today at OnDeck.com. We will try our level best to get caught up on all the reads we missed because of the very fun booth swap. 1 ball, 1 strike to pitch. Turner crushes 1-on-1 hop. Crawford has it, though. Flips to second for 1. Over to first, 2. Double play. Justin Turner's seen too much of that in his career. Brilliant defense up the middle. What a contrast by the Giants, and they're 2 down.
I was just going to say it, He had an opportunity to do something similar here last inning, kind of 2 outs, nobody on, but you couldn't make the play. It wasn't really that tough of a play for Raffy. This one here was for Crawford. He takes a drop step to his left, kind of catches it in outfield grass. Nice little backhand to second base. They turn 2 and erase a little bit of a rally here for the Sox.
2 down. Here is Devers trying to atone a little bit. Pitch is a little outside. Look, as the Red Sox think about the trade deadline, they're maybe in the market for a starter, a reliever, maybe another left-handed bat on the infield, maybe. 1-0 to Devers. Here's a swing and a miss. He was trying to go yard there over the top. But the one thing that's very difficult, Lou, is it's going to be hard for them to address their number one weakness with trade, and that is their defense. I mean, it'll get better when Story returns, but it has killed them this year. 1-1 to Raffy. Here's the pitch, and that is a beautiful curve, 1-2.
Which just kind of talks about how much they've struggled defensively. I feel like up the middle of the infield now with Chang and whoever's at second base, I feel like defensively you're pretty solid. Now you still got issues on the corner. And you just happen to be in a situation now where Devers isn't feeling it at all defensively.
No, 1-2 pitch is high, a fastball. I mean, to me, Lou, it's a real concern both in the short and the long term. I mean, you signed him to this massive contract, which you're happy that you did, but you need him to stay at third base, especially with the emergence of Casas. Here is a fastball outside.
I know, I'm with you. And, just as frustrating is really this shallow fly ball, first and third, nobody out to Duvall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's first and third. If you throw that ball head level to Casas at the mound, Crawford does not take second. You still got the double play in play.
3-2 is swung on and missed. He struck him out. It's been a tough inning for Mr. Devers. It's been a tough couple days for the Red Sox offense. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0 San Francisco on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Morgan & Morgan. Hey, it's Greg. Are the high temperatures forcing your air conditioning into overdrive, leading to sky-high energy bills? Reach out to my friends at Window Nation. Protect and increase the value of your home today with new windows. Call 866-90NATION or go online at windownation.com. They're ready to help.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Calling all outdoor enthusiasts. Is your backyard ready for summer? Look outside. What do you see? If it's a layer of dirt on your deck, patio furniture, fence, or walkways, it's time to get to work. Grab a bottle of Simple Green OxySolve Total Outdoor Pressure Washer Concentrate and feel the satisfaction of watching all that grime just wash away. Yeah. Now you're ready for some outdoor fun. Visit simplegreen.com to learn more.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
To the bottom of the sixth we go. Giants leading the Sox 2-0. The pitch to the left-handed hitting Michael Conforto is a strike on the outside corner. Well, I'm very sad to report that this is starting to feel a whole lot like the Red Sox time in San Diego as the pitch misses outside. From Murphy to Conforto, it's 1-1. You know, you had the big game from Devers early, just like Casas in this series, and the Red Sox fell on that Sunday in San Diego. The 1-1 is outside. This is a throwback in a way, Lou. This feels a lot like April and May, where the Red Sox have this real momentum. They've won 5 straight, and right now, I mean, they cannot find anything offensively.
Well, it's funny you mentioned San Diego because I thought you were going to say Oakland.
Yeah, same deal. 2-1. That's a high pop-up on the right side. Casas straddling the line, backpedaling now in fair ground. He's there to make the play. That was nicely done by Tristan 2 days in a row. He's been good over there. So Conforto is gone. There's one down.
You know, and all those things have in common. That's the first trip here out west. You know, the first game in every single one of those series we just mentioned. You know, they really came out and looked good. And even you would say here today, they didn't look great game one, just a couple of hitters. But then kind of flat the next 2 nights in Oakland, next 2 nights in San Diego.
Here's Luis Matos as that pitch goes to the backstop. Got away from Murphy.
Because offensively, there's nothing going on. There's really been nothing going on for 3 games. You had Casas hot in the first game. Duvall got a couple of knocks last night. Durant got a couple of knocks, and Turner, and that was it. And here tonight, you got 3 hits through 6.
1-0 pitch. That is low. And it's 1-0 to 2-0 to Luis Matos. You know, look, part of it is these day games out west. The sun is bright. It's a different feel for these hitters. But you got to do more than this. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. That's fouled off. And this Giants offense, as evidenced by the 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position yesterday, more struggles today. I mean, it's not like they're blasting away.
No, they're not. You're giving them some stuff. Pretty much gave it to him today.
2-1. That's a ground ball on the right side into right field, a base hit. Casas dove after it, but he couldn't get to it. So Matos has a knock. I mean, Murphy's pitched well.
Yeah, he has. I mean, you gave him that run last inning with that error by Devers. Should have been double played, nobody on with 2 outs. And even that second inning, Bernardino came out and drilled the first 2 guys. That's how they got their other run. I mean, you came out game 1, you beat Logan Webb. You beat their best pitcher. You beat a very good pitcher, knowing that you got a couple of these opener games, Minaya and Stripling as like the bulks. You felt like it was set up well for you, and that they just haven't responded.
Mike Yastrzemski left the game with hamstring tightness. Gabe Kapler is once again going to make a move here. He is going to hit for Sable with the switch-hitting catcher, Patrick Bailey, here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, this is a defensive move, too, as well. You get your better catcher in there. Bailey is outstanding, framing the ball, throwing the ball, you name it, calling a game. So up 2-0. Not only get the lefty out of that lineup, but you get a better defensive catcher.
Yeah, and try to maybe neutralize Duran, who you would figure eventually will come into this game. 2-0 Giants. 1 on, 1 out. Murphy on the mound is ready. The pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. Walmart is stepping up to the plate. For every Walmart wall ball, they'll donate $100 to the American Diabetes Association. Visit AmericanDiabetesAssociation.org for free resources and support. 0-1 to Bailey. pitch to him is chopped foul outside of third. It rode the line most of the way. Devers picked it up in foul ground yesterday. Bailey 1 for 4, 0 for 4 in the opener. Certainly at this point a glove first catcher, but it's a great one.
Yeah, threw out Duran in that first game. And last night in the 9th, threw Refschneider out. No outs. Devers, Casas on deck. Ref tried to take the bag. He got thrown out by 3 or 4 feet.
0-2. That misses inside with a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Steak tips and lamb loin chops are on sale at Shaw's and Star Market today through Thursday. Value pack sirloin steak tips, lamb loin chops, bone in for $6.97 a pound. Use the digital coupon limit 2 packages. 1-2, the pitch, swinging a foul back. That was an elevated slider, high enough up there, and it stays 1-2.
So you think the people back home could tell the difference between Will and Dave Fleming?
Yeah, he's so much more polished than I am.
It was fun, huh?
That was great. I wonder what Mom and Dad were doing. We were getting texts from them, and I heard from a lot of people that I haven't heard from in like years who caught that. It was really wild to do. Wish we had a little more Red Sox action. Giants got a run when David was in here. 1-2, that's outside. But, you know, it's just, as I've said, kind of a full circle moment for me. And I have my nieces and sister-in-law here. So many friends I've seen all weekend long in San Francisco. This is about as good as it gets. 2-2, the pitch. Swinging a foul out of play.
3 runs for the Red Sox would be, which is sort of make it perfect for you.
More fun.
Be a little more fun, wouldn't it?
Well, it's so frustrating having won the series opener against Webb, as you say. Everything was set up for Boston, and of course, everything just is magnified this time of year. With the deadline right around the corner, 2-2, double play depth behind Murphy. The pitch is a high fly into the gap in right center field. A long run over for Verdugo. He's there to make the play. It hung up in a big way, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, especially with that wind. It's blowing out to right field. I thought that ball was going to get caught up in it and maybe take it to that track, but it just sort of stayed up there and sliced back to Verdugo. Enough time to run underneath it. But you got 8 hits right now in 15 innings out here in San Francisco. As I mentioned, 2 of them came last night in the 9th when you scored 2. They just look uncomfortable at the plate. And not even the quality at bat isn't even really there.
It wasn't for most of yesterday at all. Here, Casey Schmidt, right-handed hitter, takes outside ball 1. I mean, they felt some urgency late. The Yoshida walk, the Duran double, and then obviously Justin Turner. But they need more of that, and they need to do it sooner in this game. 2-0 Giants. 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. Murphy throws, and that's a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, because the later you get, you got both Rogers, Duvall again. I mean, this back end of the bullpen is tough. Righty-lefty with a great closer.
2 down in the 6th. The pitch. That is a soft ground ball to the right side. The second baseman, Turner, has it. Sidearm throw to first, inning over. And Chris Murphy has done his job here today. Red Sox need some offense. 2-0. Trailing. It'll be Duvall, Yoshida, and Arroyo in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Hey, it's Fourier. With over 133 million Americans living with diabetes or prediabetes, we are all at risk. 1 in 5 adults don't know they have it. Do you? Take 1 minute out of your day and take the American Diabetes Association's diabetes risk test. Know your risks? Then learn your numbers today. Visit diabetes.org/risk test. Knowing is the first step to better overall health because today's diabetes hits different, but so do we. Brought to you by our good friends at Walmart.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Justin Turner. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Adam Duvall is going to lead it off for the Red Sox as we go into the 7th inning. It is getting late early. Duvall and Yoshida and Arroyo in the Herb Chambers batting order. In this particular inning, that is brought to you by Herb Chambers, Audi Burlington, and Audi Brookline. Did John get a couple laughs out of you, Lou?
Yeah, we had a good time.
Here's Duvall swinging and missing. Stripling's been good too, 0-1.
I just thought it was cool kind of doing it with him. Like sitting here next to him and hearing that voice that I kind of grew up listening to.
Yeah, we were Oriole fans as kids. And, of course, he was on Sunday Night Baseball, too.
Yeah.
It is 0-2 to Duvall. It's really it pisses people like me off because John was like born with the voice of God. Right? It's just like, it's unfair.
It is a great voice.
And it's not only that, like in his normal moments, he does have a great voice, but the range is ridiculous. He nails these big moments. He can do great impressions. He does a wonderful Vince Scully and many other things. The 0-2 to Duvall is fouled back. And, John and Mike and Dwayne here in San Francisco, since the moment my brother showed up as a wide-eyed 26-year-old, they've just embraced him.
Yeah, it's nice.
In a very similar way that Joe has to me.
We were talking about 82 and calling games with Carl Yastrzemski, and now calling games with Mike Yastrzemski.
Yeah, 0-2 misses outside. Isn't that amazing? And John was at Fenway in 19 when Yaz 2.0 hit the homer into the bleachers at Fenway, which was unbelievable. 1-2 to Duvall, the pitch. Inside, good take, and it's 2-2. John is the best and a worthy member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, and now we just got to get Joe in there with him. 2-2. The pitch to Duvall is a shot high and deep into left center field. This thing is carrying at the track, at the wall. It is off the wall and gone. Off the top of it, Duvall goes yard. That's the bolt the Red Sox needed. They are on the board, and it's 2-1.
Well, it starts with the quality at bat that we've talked about that we haven't seen here really in 3 days. Duvall gets 0-2. He takes a couple of close pitches, gets into an at bat. Quality at bat. This time the end result is fantastic. And then hit the top of the wall and bounced over. Probably a few inches away from maybe being just a double, but it's a big run here for the Red Sox. Maybe wake things up here in that 7th inning and now cut that lead in half.
Well, how about this? Gabe Kapler's seen enough from Stripling. I think he's going to go to Rogers, the left-handed version, to face Yoshida. It is 2-1. We'll keep it right here and get you caught up a little bit on some of the things we've missed on this real fun day. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Red Sox. It is going to be Rogers, over the top left-hander, who comes out of the bullpen. It is Taylor, the southpaw. On the Subaru of New England scoreboard, get you caught up with the happenings around the American League East. Earlier today in the 10th inning, the Blue Jays fell to the Angels by a score of 3-2. The Rays blasted the Astros. What a comeback for them. They win 8-2. And the New York Yankees are about to get started. They are on the Sunday Night Baseball program tonight. It's a 7:10 East Coast start. Severino and Dean Kramer. Well, Gabe Kapler not messing around, Lou, for Yoshida. And then Arroyo, with a 1-run lead, he goes to Taylor Rogers.
Yeah, and then Verdugo and Casas. So this is a good little pocket here for Rogers, and we've seen him before. He is filthy. Saw him the other night. Lefties aren't really touching this guy. Sinker, slider, or I should call it a sweeper. Really tough on lefties. Came in, get 2/3 of an inning the other day. Did a nice job getting out of that. But lefties this year just not touching him. They are 12 for 77, 156 batting average. Yeah, he's really tough. We got Yoshida here to battle him.
Massa in this series He's 0 for 6. He did draw the walk as a pinch hitter last night. Duvall is going to make some money for Cars for Kids because for every 4-bagger the Red Sox hit this season, Red Sox Radio Network donates $40 to Cars for Kids. We're making our donation. You should too. 877-CARS for Kids or carsforkids.com. Here's Massa. Still nobody out. Left on left. Rogers is ready. He throws, and Massa swings and grounds one hard to second, but it is played there by Schmidt. That was hit hard, but on one pitch, Yoshida is gone. I'm going to bring up Christian Arroyo. And the way Duvall's swinging the bat right now, all the rumors would have you believe the Red Sox are listening on him. Phillies and Braves apparently very interested. It'd be hard to part ways with him.
It's good depth in the outfield, right-handed bat.
Here's Arroyo. He takes a strike on the outside corner.
It just balances this whole lineup, especially with some of these lefties, whether it's Yoshida, Devers, Casas, to have that right-handed pop in the middle of it.
Christian's 0 for 2. The 0-1 swing and a mighty miss. Slider, and it's 0-2. And it really does offer them a ton of balance. I'll get some of that with Story.
Yeah, you get another righty back. But, if you... there's no question there's going to be interest because everybody knows they can help his team. There's like a few other guys on this team. It's just a question of, do you like your depth? Do you like your rotation? Do you want Duran playing every day?
0-2. Swinging a shot into left field. That's a base hit. Great job by Arroyo. He got an 0-2 hanger, and he smashed it into left field. Tying run is aboard with one down for Alex Verdugo.
And I think that would probably be the one argument, right? It gets Duran out there every single day. Like, Duvall's really, I feel like, starting to swing it now, really starting to find himself after a tough stretch coming off that IL. It would be tough to get rid of him.
So here now, Alex Verdugo. I just don't think 4 good outfielders is really a surplus. You need that in the big leagues today. Here's Verdugo taking outside, ball 1.
Well, the other reason why, too, is because you got a guy in Yoshida that, you got to give him days off. They like having him DH. They got to give him some days off to keep him fresh. So it's almost a team that really needs 4 outfielders.
1-0 to Verdugo. Pitch is high and outside, ball 2.
And you got your F. Schneider. He's like a 4th outfielder, but it'll be really interesting next couple of days here what happens because a lot of guys that, as I mentioned, people around the league are really interested in some of these Red Sox pitch hitters and pitchers.
2-1 Giants lead. Tying run aboard with 1 down in the 7th. The pitch is a beauty. That is such a good slider on the corner. It's 2-1.
2-0 sweeper. It's 93, 94 in that range, and then that sweeper's about 79, 80. So it really takes a lot of velocity off. Big movement.
Still a hitter's count for Verdugo. The 2-1 is high, a fastball, and it's 3-1. In another situation, I would say you might think about getting aggressive with Arroyo at first base because Verdugo is such a good contact hitter, but probably not with the very difficult lefty Rogers.
Yeah, and a good thrower now in the game, Bailey.
3-1 pitch is a strike. That did not have to be. Man alive. If it was in the zone, it was at its extreme bottom, and it's 3-2.
Looked like it was a little bit down, away rather. 3-2 with a lefty. I'm still not sending him with a righty. You might think about it.
Tristan Casas is on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swinging a high fly. Foul side of third, drifting toward the seats. A long run for Davis and Conforto, but it is well out of play. Arroyo was not on the move, which you totally understand. And it's 3-2.
It's good to see Verdugo with that knock in the 5th over in San Fran radio at the time. But now that's a hit in each of these games here in San Francisco, so you don't just get out of an 0 for 21 overnight. There's a process involved.
I hope you properly celebrated it on their air. The 3-2 pitch. Oh, it almost hit him. That's an awful slider, and what a break for the Red Sox. Now 2 on with 1 out for Casas. Tying run at second. Go-ahead run in Verdugo at first. And what a moment this is because, Rogers is very, very difficult against left-handed hitters, but Tristan is the hottest hitter on planet Earth, and you got Alfaro on deck.
Yeah, this is an interesting situation here, too. Hot hitter, tough lefty, doesn't give many hits to lefties. You're not going to pitch around him first and second.
Here we go. Rogers and Casas. The pitch. That is a beauty. Strike on the outside corner. I think Casas was looking to hit right away. Had that kind of triggerish swing. He stopped it. And it's 0-1.
Good first pitch. He paints.
2-1 Giants. 2 on, 1 out for Casas and the Red Sox. From the belt, Rogers delivers. Tristan takes outside. Sinking fastball, and it's 1-1.
Well, you get the right-handed Rogers out in that bullpen, the submarine guy. You see Alfaro on deck, but I'm not so sure Kapler would want to do that. That would just invite a Jared Duran at bat.
You also wonder whether they might hit Wong, too. And that's always a possibility. 1-1 to Tristan. Here's the pitch. That is a slider at the top of the zone, and it's 1-2. I mean, that was not the great slider from Rogers. I think Casas might like another look at that one.
Yeah, it's his first look at the hanger. I think that's kind of the slider that's right at you. You probably want to get back. Now you've identified the one you want to hit. This is where that bat gets difficult, right? He's been painting that fastball away. He's got that big sweeper. Casas, he knows the zone well.
1-2. Jared Duran does have a helmet in the Red Sox dugout. 1-2. Rogers is ready. He throws. Casas swings and pops one up in a shallow center field. Long run in for Matos. He will not get there. Yes, he will. He makes the catch, and Arroyo gets doubled off at second. He, like I, thought that was falling all the way, a base running blunder, and the inning is over.
And it just sort of continues. It's like whether it's errors that we've already cost and given up a run, but this one here from Arroyo, he gets caught off the bag. And again, this late commitment in the last minute, he thought it was going to drop. Matos doesn't even dive. He sort of just catches this down by his shin. Gets Arroyo doubled off at second base easily.
Really impressive range, and what a disappointing end to the top of the 7th. Inning over, Red Sox leave 1, and it's 2-1 Giants at the stretch of the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
You go for a walk in the woods. You come back with poison ivy. You pull some weeds and pull a muscle. Toss a frisbee, twist an ankle. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here to help. Our ER-trained providers will get you back to your summer plans quickly. 95% of patients head home in under an hour. With 6 locations open daily, from Falmouth to Orleans, get Cape-wide urgent care for minor illnesses and injuries. No appointment or referral needed. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Minor emergencies, major attention.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Calling all outdoor enthusiasts. Is your backyard ready for summer? Look outside. What do you see? If it's a layer of dirt on your deck, patio furniture, fence, or walkways, it's time to get to work. Grab a bottle of Simple Green OxySolve Total Outdoor Pressure Washer Concentrate and feel the satisfaction of watching all that grime just wash away. Yeah, now you're ready for some outdoor fun. Visit simplegreen.com to learn more.
Verbo Vacation Homes come with 24/7 live support. So if you ever need anything, you can reach a real person in about a minute. Because if it's 4 a.m. and you need assistance, the last thing you want to do is wait to talk to a robot.
Hey, how can I help?
After all, live support is an amenity every vacation home should have. Verbo. Private vacation rentals for you and your people.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Now, what a disappointing end to the top of the 7th. The half inning with so much promise. 2-1, Chris Murphy continues. It'll be Crawford, Peterson and Flores in the Herb Chambers batting order before the inning begins. 10 seconds. Station ID, Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network. Brendan Crawford stands in against Chris Murphy. 2-1 Giants. Sox have made a mess of this afternoon on a number of levels. The pitch is a hard ground ball. Diving attempt by Casas. He can't get it. And it's into right field for a leadoff hit for Crawford. I mean, the error that Devers made led to the deciding run at this moment. And then, look, our listeners know that I thought that ball was going to dump in, but that is not an excuse for Arroyo to make that mistake on the base paths.
No, you've given him outs. Offensively and defensively. And you really notice it when your bats aren't alive and you're in these 2-1 type of games. You ran yourself into a triple play against the Braves, but you put up 7.
Here's Jock Peterson. He bunts it to first, and Casas' glove spins, throws to second for one. Relay to first is not in time. That was an awful bunt by Jock Peterson. A one-hopper to the first baseman, and Casas, very nice job there. That's the right call to spin and throw to second. Peterson is safe at first, but there's one away.
Yeah, awful's a good word for it. I mean, it was like a one-hop barrel bunt to Tristan Casas, who's right off that bag. They almost doubled up Jock. But again, getting back to the point, like if you're swinging the bat, they make an error, you make a bad mistake in the base pass, that's one thing. Again, the Braves, 7-1. You ran yourself into a triple play. But here today, and really in this series, the bats have been quiet. So every little mistake you make, I mean, it's first and second. You're in the 7th inning. Could be 2 outs. You never know what could happen. You get a big hit with 2 outs, tie this ball game up, but you gave that away. And like you said, they allowed that first run to score and some poor defense from Devers at third base, and it looks like there's going to be a change here.
Wilmer Flores is coming up, and the Red Sox do have activity in their bullpen. It is very difficult for me to see out there who that is. Warming from the right side, Cora comes to the mound. He's not yet made a move to the bullpen. This was interesting. It is Josh Winkowski, by the way, but Alfaro went out almost like he noticed something with Chris Murphy. Now Alex is going to go check in on him. Still no decision made. Now the home plate umpire, Marwin Gonzalez, is going to try to break it up, and at the last minute, Cora, who bought a little extra time for Winkowski, makes the signal.
Well, Murphy did his job, threw the ball real well. Managed to give up a run that was unearned. Came out and gave you some length that you're looking for in this one. And hopefully Winkowski can keep it where it is.
Indeed. Just before we send it to break, one last thought on that bunt from Peterson. In the old school, Lou, Peterson, as he proved in the opener this series, is a guy who can hit the ball out of the ballpark. You got a 2-1 lead. I know that it's left on left. He struggles and very rarely hits against lefties, but that's a play, I think, in your day that would have drawn some real eye rolls in the dugout.
Yeah, he would have, but he doesn't face lefties.
Yeah.
And that's maybe part of that. Like, hey, if I'm going to be out, let's make a productive out. It was just a horrific bunt.
It was indeed. So here comes Winkowski, 2-1 Giants. 1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Back to Oracle Park after this in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Arbella Insurance is the presenting sponsor of the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. We've been proudly supporting Dana-Farber and the Jimmy Fund and its mission to provide life-saving cancer care, research, education, and prevention for over 15 years. Donate $50 or more to the Jimmy Fund, and you could save 6% off your car insurance with Arbella. Find a local independent agent at arbella.com. Arbella, here for the Jimmy Fund. Here for good.
From the WEEI Studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Josh Winkowski is on out of the Red Sox bullpen, trying to keep it where it is, 2-1. Such a frustrating, really, weekend on a couple different levels for Boston. Ranger dropping this series after winning the opener. And here comes Winkowski to see Wilmer Flores. By the way, be sure to stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. All right, here's Wilmer Flores with one on and one out in the 7th inning. Winkowski would love a double play ball here. It's instead a high fly down the right field line. Long run in for Verdugo. Casas is back. He lets it fall. What in the world? Over to second base goes the runner, Peterson. And the Red Sox defensive woes continue. That's not an easy play for Casas, but he just gave up on it. And Verdugo nowhere in the area code, and the Giants have 2 on with 1 out.
I don't know if Casas, when he looked up, he lost it in the sun. You know, the sun's right behind home plate. Can you see that shadow? But it was, I mean, he was the only one that had a chance. Verdugo had no shot on this ball, and it just lands. And again, just real sloppy game. Looks like Dave Bush wants to just kind of gather Winkowski here right now. He's going to go have a little talk with him.
And it's Lamont Wade Jr. who's going to pinch hit, so I'm sure they'll get the book on Wade, who has, for a lot of the time in this series, in fact, the entire set, made himself kind of unavailable. So he'll come on. He's got a lot of big hits, has Wade, for the Giants. And again, Lou, this is continuing to be one of the real frustrating afternoons of the entire season. No ability to get the big hit, base running mistakes, defense letting the Red Sox down in a spot where they just cannot afford that.
No, and much like last night, you still find yourself only down by a run. You know, last night, it's 1-0 for the most part. You're wondering how. The next thing you know, it's the 9th, it's 2-2. I mean, you got walked off last night, but my initial feeling was you didn't deserve to win. It wasn't like an emotional, depressing loss because you just didn't play good enough to win. You're almost in that same boat right now, but you are only down 2-1 here in the 7th, but you got to clean it up. It's been an ugly couple innings.
Trying to keep it right there. Here is a tough hitter, Lamont Wade Jr. Lower back tightness his issue. He takes cutter from Winkowski for strike 1. 9 for his last 49 is Lamont Wade. But he's got the 6th best on-base average in all of baseball. 0-1. The pitch is swung on and missed. Really good cutter, and it's 0-2.
Well, that's actually it for Gabe Kapler's bench. Everybody is in this game right now. Of course, Yaz had to come out because of a hammy, so Peterson went in there. And now Wade is in for Luciano at DH.
First and second they lead with 1 down. 0-2. The pitch. Swinging a chopper to first. Backhanded by Casas to second for 1. The relay to first. In time. Double play. Winkowski a little late to cover, but he did get there just ahead of Lamont Wade. He gets the double play, and the inning is over. All right, somehow the Red Sox still within a run. Offense needed in the 8th inning. 2-1 Giants on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
It's time to get health insurance. Whether you're losing mass health coverage or looking for a new plan, the Massachusetts Health Connector can help. In Massachusetts, everyone is required by law to be insured, and the Health Connector is the only place to get help paying for your health insurance. Find the right plan for you and your family. Visit mahealthconnector.org or call 1-877-MA-ENROLL. That's 1-877-MA-ENROLL. Act now. Stay covered.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, consecutive Rogers twins for the San Francisco Giants. Tyler, the right-handed submariner, is on to face now the pinch-hitting Jarren Duran, who will take over for Jorge Alfaro. No time like the present for Duran. Alexander Stripling, who is good. Taylor Rogers, now Tyler Rogers, on the mound for the 48th time. He's got that weird release point. Very difficult on both righties and lefties.
A true submarine, not even a side armor. He's down low.
Duran was so great last night. In a pinch here, he takes a strike on the outside corner.
You know, it's 82, but when you're down that low, Bradford was the same way with the A's, 82, 83, and it just seemed like it was gas.
0-1 is in the dirt. It's like it comes right off the top of his shoes.
Yeah, just that angle alone makes it look a lot harder than it is. Very difficult at bat. But Duran here for Alfaro, I wonder if he would stay in this game. We'll see if they can somehow figure that one out.
Love to have Duran on the bases. He pops one into shallow center field. Matos racing in, and he dives. He can't make the play. Duran is spinning around first. He's into second with a foot first slide. A bad read out there by Matos, and Duran cashes it in with a leadoff double.
Yeah, and you knew the minute Matos dove for this ball and trapped it, you know, Duran, the minute he hits it, he's thinking double. Then Matos kind of lays out for it. Off the end of the bat, just kind of dropped it in front of him. Looks like a rocket double in the gap for Duran, but that's a good way to start things off here.
Man alive, does his speed change everything? Duran now yet another double. Here's Refsnyder. Got to get him to third at least. Rogers is ready to pitch. Is a beauty right on the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, that is hard, too. This drop-down sidearm coming at you. Refsnyder got to stay inside of it. You know, his sight line right now, he's thinking right center, stay inside and drive it that way.
0-1. Duran dancing around at second. The pitch is soft foul on the third base side, and it's 0-2. There's a lot going on right here. I mean, you don't regret that Refsnyder's not thinking about bunting, because I think even, first of all, Rob's your leadoff hitter and can swing it, but at this submariner, you would figure it's a pretty hard guy to bunt. He's behind 0-2. Duran dancing around at second. Nobody out, tying run in scoring position. Here in the 8th, the pitch is outside. You can see Rob rather intentionally, even on that take, thinking about going the other way. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, I want him swinging it. You know, it'd be different if you're home and it's a tie ball game, whatever. You're on the road, you're going to try to put some runs up here and lead off double.
1-2. Here's the pitch. Refsnyder takes high, and it's 2-2 with Turner on deck. Cape Cod scoreboard brought to you by Cape Cod Healthcare, the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
It's one of those we've seen it before. Wong may come into this game, but come in for this guy, Refsnyder. Keep Duran in the game and left. That spot come up next, maybe in that 9th inning, could be valuable.
2-2 is a ground ball to the right side. That will get the job done. Schmidt has it. He throws to first. What a pro Refsnyder is, and with only one out, Duran is over to third for Justin Turner.
Yeah, it's a big at-bat. You're behind 0-2 against this guy, Rogers. He is tough against righties. It's an uncomfortable at-bat. And even with 2 strikes, he's able to accomplish the goal. Now the infield comes in, and you got a guy in Justin Turner up. Probably the one guy you'd love to have up if you're the Boston Red Sox right now.
No doubt about it. He tied the game yesterday. Can he do it again here? He could do so without a hit. Infield is in with 1 out. The pitch. Turner drives one deep to left field. It is way back. It is gone! Justin Turner hits an impossible home run off Tyler Rogers. He does it again in San Francisco. 3-2 Red Sox.
A lot of homework on that swing. I mean, he's watching Rogers approach the righties. He sees first pitch slider. He sits on it. He stays in there. Tough for a right-handed hitter. This ball starts at your hip. He guesses slider. He gets it. And just because you guess right doesn't mean you execute. He's got to still put the swing on it. He stays on it, drives it out of the yard, and Justin Turner again coming up huge for this Red Sox team.
One of the biggest swings of the year. Here's Devers. He takes outside ball 1. I mean, what a spark that is. And again, Lou, Jarren Duran creating action with his speed. 1-0 to Raffy. Pitch. Swinging a little looper into the gap in left center field. A long run in for Conforto. On the run, he's there to make the play, and they're 2 down. How many big hits is Justin Turner going to get in 1 year?
Yeah. I mean, you felt pretty good about him getting the ball up in the air at some point. Yeah, and getting this run in to tie the game up, and it's getting late, as you mentioned here in that 8th inning. And instead, he just launches. This is a tough ballpark to hit a home run. This was not a high fly ball, towering fly ball. It was a line drive rocket.
So here's Duvall, who homered his last time, and he takes low, a fastball, 1-0.
104.7 off the bat from Turner. Just 382 feet. It's all he needed because it was a line drive, not a towering fly ball.
1-0 the pitch. Duvall takes a strike. That looked high.
Wow.
But it levels things 1-1. It's something about these late innings in this ballpark. Turner and the Red Sox.
They tried to steal it last night. They couldn't. Hopefully he can finish this thing off now.
1-1 the pitch. That is low. And it's 2-1 now. One thing we'll start to wonder about is whether Kenley Jansen would be available to close this thing out. I'm sure it'll be Martin in the 8th inning, and then would Kenley be able to go after throwing one pitch yesterday?
Well, I think you may get your answer if you see Winkowski come out for the 8th. I think you're setting up for Martin as a 9th, and that's kind of the beauty that you have. Yeah, we talk Kenley is the closer, there's no question, but when you look at the way Martin's been throwing the ball lately, you have 2 closers.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down to Adam Duvall. Justin Turner has put the Red Sox ahead. The pitch is inside. And again, Lou, it is not an exaggeration to say that one swing may literally change the Red Sox plans at the deadline if they can hold on and win this game. It is that razor tight. The 3-2 is outside. Ball 4. Great plate appearance for Duvall. And the inning continues for Yoshida.
It's good at bat. And, we'll see. I mean, I'd like to think that we're not playing the game-by-game thing at this point. It's if you were to drop this game, it's not like that's it, sell everybody. And I think Chaim Bloom is in a situation where he knows what he wants. There's a question of maybe pieces he sells off, but I think you are who you are.
Here's Yoshida with Duvall at first. The pitch to him is ripped foul down the right field line. His best swing of the series. Little out in front, though, of a slider, and it's 0-1. Look out for Duvall here. I mean, he can move, and it's not like this submariner Rogers is all that quick to the plate. I mean, again, you do have Bailey behind the plate, which is an enormous weapon. 0-1. Here's the pitch, and that's swung on and missed. It's 0-2.
That really tied him up. That was just a fastball in. Again, it's 84. But I'm telling you, those guys, man, they throw from down by the dirt. That different angle, it's almost like facing softball pitchers. Ball coming up.
No balls, 2 strikes. Rogers is ready. The pitch to Yoshida is very close. Called a ball outside. I was running around with all kinds of family and people pregame. I interviewed Alex, hadn't asked him about Kenley. Apparently pregame he did, Alex, say Kenley lobbied to pitch today, and Cora told him no. So we will not see Jansen today. Thanks for the heads up on that from Ian Brown. 1-2 to Yoshida. Duvall is running. The pitch is blooped foul, and that bat slips out of the hands of Yoshida. It knocks Arroyo down and ends out in the dugout club.
It was a yard sale. I mean, he swings at this little breaking ball. Bat goes flying over Arroyo's head. The fly ball at third base. Davis has a shot at it. He sees the sun. He goes down on one knee and loses it. I mean, it's chaos. Either way, he bought himself another pitch.
Well, Duvall had that bag stolen easily.
Yeah, he actually got the jump before the leg even lifted, right? We've seen that a lot. It's like a timing mechanism. He took off even earlier.
A lot of times submariners don't like to throw to bases. 1-2 the pitch. That is low and outside. Close, but a ball, and it's 2-2.
But now I think you're in a... You can wait till the 3-2 count to get moving. But if he has that jump timed up the way he did before, it's all on him right now.
3-2 Red Sox. Justin Turner has delivered again. The pitch is a ground ball foul. I think that was up and out of the zone, but Yoshida Thought it was too close to take, and the count remains 2-2.
Wow, Justin Turner.
I mean, we keep talking about extensions for Bayo and Casas. Those should come. I think they will come. Lou, I would be interested in talking to Justin Turner.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know he's old. Was he 38? But it doesn't really matter. He's got a player option that he could easily decline and collect some real money, and 2-year extension I think makes sense.
2-2. That is outside again. I mean, that's the same pitch. Rogers wanted it, but it's outside.
Yeah, now we got action. Now we got Duvall on the run. 3-2, 2 outs. So here's where you get like one good swing from Yoshida. It's been a tough series. He had yesterday off. He'll hook a little double down the line, score Duvall, get a little cushion.
From your lips to God's ears. 3-2 to Massa. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a slider, and the inning is over. However, damage is done. Justin Turner, 2-run homer. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Giants now trail. Red Sox 3, San Francisco 2 on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
No matter where you're headed, whether you're off to the ballpark, dog park, or amusement park, driving range or drive-in theater, Saturday morning soccer or Sunday brunch, Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline gets you where you're going and keeps your engine running cleaner and smoother along the way. Whether you're traveling near or far, when you start with Citgo, you're good to go.
Good to go. How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Another signature moment for Justin Turner in the top of the 8th inning. The Red Sox lead at 3-2. Now Josh Winkowski continues in the game. He'll see J.D. Davis, Michael Conforto, and Luis Matos for the Giants in the Herb Chambers batting order, which is brought to you by Herb Chambers, Lexus, Sharon, and Lexus Hingham. A lot of things going on for the Red Sox. Duran stays in the game. He's in center field. Yu Chang comes on to play shortstop. Wong is the new catcher. And we think we know how the Red Sox will go in the batting order. The pitch to J.D. Davis, swung on and missed. A fastball from Winkowski. It's 0-1.
Well, next inning you're going to have Wong leading off, so you know Duran's going to be hitting Arroyo leading off. So with Chang in for him, I could still see them putting him in Duvall's place of the order.
Here's the 0-1, strike on the outside corner, and rather have Wong lead off.
And Wong kind of goes in for Arroyo. Chang technically goes in for Duvall. Duran stays in for Alfaro, just to kind of get the better hitters coming up here in the 9th.
0-2 is a line drive into right field, but Verdugo has a beat on it. He's there to make the play, and there's one away.
I don't know about you, but this defensive score sheet looks like spring training. Right? The Giants have moved guys all over the place. Yep. Conforto went from right to left, back to right. Jock Peterson, and the Red Sox are making moves left and right. Managers are working here today.
We need Alvaro Hernandez.
They are working.
To update the defensive sheet. One down here is Conforto. Pitch to him is a strike from Winkowski.
Both managers have used their entire bench. Right, here we are in bottom of the 8th.
Going for it, and particularly for the Red Sox, this is such a key game. 0-1, the pitch. Swinging a soft ground ball to third. Devers has got to hurry. He gloves on the run. He throws to first, and it's not caught by Tristan. He tried to pick the low throw. Conforto, that's the fastest he's moved down the line all series. It should be a hit, and it is. And the tying run's aboard with one out in the 8th.
Yeah, that is a hit. Devers is kind of shaded over in that shortstop pole. He comes up. And I don't think he would have got him even if Devers had made that pick or if he threw it in the air, even with Conforto not running well. But it was just so slowly hit off the end of the bat. I don't think he really had a chance to get him.
To your point about the benches being emptied, ordinarily I think this is a spot they might consider running for Conforto, but they can't. 1 on, 1 out. 1-run Red Sox lead, and time is called. Was that a violation?
Yep.
Yes, on Winkowski. He did not come home. That's a big play. It's 1-0 to Matos. You hope that doesn't rattle Winkowski.
Yeah. Second one here now recently, the last few innings.
Matos has been hit by a pitch and singled. 1-0 to him, the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was nasty. 96-mile-an-hour sinker, and it's 1-1.
Good movement, that power fastball. They're showing the pitch before where the clock ran out, and it definitely did. There's no question it got to 0. But Wink quickly evens up his count with that power sink.
1-1. Double play depth behind him. Here's a drive into the gap in left center field. Duran on the run, onto the warning track. Jaron leaps. He can't make the play. It's off his glove and off the wall. Picked up out there by Refsnyder. Relay from Turner comes home. Holding at third is Conforto. And it's a double for Matos. The Giants have him at second and third.
This was almost an incredible catch by Jaron Duran. Off the bat, I didn't think he had a chance, but the speed caught up to the ball. He left his feet at the warning track, at the edge of the track to try to catch this ball. Just went off of his glove. Refsnyder does a good job throwing this ball in, and Conforto, we mentioned it, as you said, couldn't pinch run for him. He got nobody left. He's slow. He can't score from first base rather. Now you got second and third. Big hitter here for Winkowski.
And it is Patrick Bailey, the catcher. He'll bat left. And I think you do still, even though it's second and third, need to think about being careful for this guy to square around. The pitch is fouled off the end of the bat. And it's 0-1. It would be an unconventional play at home with second and third, but the Giants do stuff like that all the time.
You are at home. You're on the road, maybe you're looking to get that lead, but at home, you just want to tie this thing up. You can do a safety squeeze. The problem is the guy on third base can't run.
Yeah. 0-1 with 1 down. 3-2 Red Sox lead, but perilous moments for Winkowski. Here's the pitch, and that is a soft ground ball on the right side that's going to get the run home. Winkowski waits for Bailey on the first baseline, and we are tied at 3. On the play.
I mean, really a tough luck. And listen, I know Matos smokes this ball into left center, but a couple of hits now. Conforto, he gets on base on a swinging bunt down to third base, and Bailey gets in this tying run 3-3 on a swinging bunt, just placed perfectly between first base and the pitcher's mound. If it was back at Winkowski, he would have had him easily. Well, Conforto never would have run, but he goes on contact, and they tie this game up on a little swinging bunt.
Now, still a huge spot here for Winkowski, trying to keep the game tied. Here's Casey Schmidt, struggling right-handed hitter, and he does not check his swing on a cutter that was off the plate, and it's 0-1. Look, this is another inning where it's not errors, but it is 2 plays that were not made by the Red Sox. The one in center by Duran would have been one of the great catches of the entire season. 0-1 to Schmidt with a runner at third. The pitch is outside. It's 1-1. And, I mean, it was a softly hit ball by Conforto. Would have been a brilliant play by Devers. But, again, as so many times before this season, a couple plays that would have been great that just were not made.
Yeah, and, in that replay, even a good throw, I still think Conforto would have beat it out.
1-1 is a soft foul. Straight back, and it's 1-2.
But it's the second time now in a row where this team late has. Last night they tied it up. Only 1 pitch later, J.D. Davis walks it off, and here they battle back in that 8th to put up 2 to get a 1-run lead. And right away, San Fran comes back and ties this thing up themselves.
You just give back the dramatic moment from Turner. 1-2. Winkowski has not gone multiple innings of late. Alex Cora has preferred to use him for just 1 inning, but without Kenley, the job was his. So, blown save for him. 1-2, the pitch. That is outside. That was the cutter, and it's 2-2.
Wink really didn't have a play at home, even though Fordo not running well. It was just hit kind of almost towards first base and almost past him. So he couldn't come in and cut it off and make a play. He almost had to go back to get that swing and bunt. Just poor placement.
2-2 is a little low. And the count is full. Listen, Winkowski has got to come after this hitter right now. It's a righty in Casey Schmidt who's really scuffled. And on deck, you got Brandon Crawford, the veteran, who has a knack for the big moment. 3-2. 2 down in a tie game in the bottom of the 8th. Winkowski is ready. The payoff pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. The home plate umpire, Manny Gonzalez, without even asking for help, rings him up, and that may be an enormous break for the Red Sox. Inning is over. We are tied to the ninth we go in San Francisco on the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
To stay at the top of your game, a healthy mind is just as important as a healthy body. Get a health plan that covers all your bases, from physical to emotional well-being, right here in Red Sox Nation. Brought to you by Point 32 Health Companies, Tufts Health Plan, and Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. The official health and wellness partner of the Boston Red Sox.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Well, we are tied into the top of the ninth inning, and at home, the Giants will go to their closer, Camilo Doval, who gave it up last night. In the end, got the win when J.D. Davis launched one off the foul pole down the left field line. And Lou, you were right. The Red Sox will put Wong in Arroyo's spot, so he will lead it off. And then Verdugo and Casas in the Herb Chambers batting order. In this ninth inning, it is brought to you by Herb Chambers Mercedes-Benz of Boston, Mercedes-Benz of Natick, and Flagship Motor Cars of Linfield.
Well, you got to him last night. The ball came in, and this is where you tied that game up. Remember, it was that leadoff walk. It was all sliders from Doval. It was a strange inning for him. Durant hit that high double off that wall, turned with the big hit up the middle, to the point where Gabe Kapler actually went out to talk to him, wondering what was going on. Then we started seeing that 99 that he has.
Here is Connor. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it back 98 miles an hour, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Doval 98 with a slider. He is tough. Even though he gave it up last night.
On 1 to Wong, batting for the first time. The pitch is a little outside, and no swing for Wong. These fans are going to be all over Adrian Johnson after many going up Schmidt on a very close check swing. 1-1 to Wong. Verdugo on deck. Here's the pitch. That's a check swing. He held up. Ball in the dirt, slider, and it's 2-1, and these fans are going crazy.
They're just messing with him now. Oh, every time you check. 2-1, he got an account here. Connor Wong, get on top of this fastball. Here comes 99.
2-1. Here it is. Fastball outside, 3-1. The Red Sox would love to get Wong and his speed on base. At the moment, Red Sox have double-barreled action going in their bullpen. I think it's Joely Rodriguez from the left side, and I cannot see who it is as the righty. Here's a high fly ball foul down the right field line and out of play, 3-2.
Now remember, just because Wong is hitting 6, this lineup is so messed up at this point. I mean, you got Verdugo, Casas, Duran up behind Connor Wong. So him getting up here, getting on base would be huge with the guys you got behind him.
Here's the 3-2. It is swung on and missed. He got him with a great slider. And there's one away. I think it's Chris Martin from the right side. He'd come on for sure if the Red Sox took the lead. By the way, the Giants in the bottom of this ninth inning do have two lefties in Crawford and Peterson due up, and then Wilmer Flores. So this is a spot where the three-batter rule really will come into play. First things first, one out. Here's Verdugo. The pitch. That's right there with a fastball, 0-1. I mean, ordinarily in the old days, you would have said, all right, Joely can come in and get Crawford and Peterson, then go to Martin for Flores, but that will not be an option.
After Flores is now Wade Jr., another lefty. So
0-1 is low to Verdugo.
It's 3 out of 4 lefties, and that's exactly what it is. Joely will come in if this game is tied. The Sox can get the lead. Martin will come in to save it.
1 ball, 1 strike to Verdugo. He has singled and walked. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big fastball, 100. Then it's 1-2.
Yeah, that was by him. He took the first pitch. It's something about that when you swing through 100, you kind of get the feel for it now, and it's either one or two things. Either, well, it's a little bit quicker than I thought, or I can't catch up to that. And either way, it ain't a good feeling.
He calls for time. Costas is out on deck. 3-3 in the ninth. The pitch, low and in. The Red Sox stymied for most of this day by Alexander, Stripling, and the Rogers twins. But Justin Turner turned this game around with a 2-run bomb to give the Sox a lead. Giants tied it in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 2-2, and it is popped up. On the left side of the infield, it's a high Sky Davis shielding his eyes from the sun. It is on the foul side of the line, and it is bobbled and caught by J.D. Davis. It popped out of his glove, down the heel, and he grabbed it out of the air, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, it's the tough sun now. This time of day, J.D. Davis is over and basically playing shortstop, so we're going full sprint, staring at the sun, and it hits his glove and kind of starts creeping out of it, and he kind of reaches for it again. Holds on to that one. That was a very difficult catch by J.D. Davis.
So now can Casas find a lightning bolt here in the 9th, and before Tristan hits, Patrick Bailey's going to pay Doval a visit to the mound. You know, Lou, this is one of those spots. Lately, Casas has done such a better job when the moment calls for it being aggressive early. And you wonder whether in his mind right now he's thinking, all right, I'm looking for 98 on a first pitch, and I'm trying to launch it into the bay.
I don't know what else you'd be looking for. You know, 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Those 100. If you're out in front and you swing over a slider, so be it. Start your at-bat from there.
Let it all hang out. 2 down, bases empty in the 9th. We are tied at 3. Doval is ready. The pitch. Swing and a high fly foul down the left field line. It's exactly what he was doing. A little late, and it's 0-1.
Yeah. And that's the difference right there. Maybe 97, that ball's launched. You know, but 101, that's down the left field stands.
0-1. The pitch to Casas is a fastball fouled back. A little closer to that one, but it's 0-2.
Yeah, that timing was a lot better.
Let's see the slider here. You hear hitters all the time, Lou. I mean, in your day, it was probably like 95. But they say now 98, 99, 100, it just sounds different.
Yeah. Always has. That's the first thing got to sell out here with this heater.
0-2. Pitch. Check swing. He did not go. Fastball inside to Tristan, and the 37,000 umpires in attendance thought he went around. He did not, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, again, it's 1-1, man. You got to sell out for this fastball. If he throws it at slider, you either get a piece, lay off, whatever, react, but you can't be late on this.
Here's the 1-2. Fastball ripped into center field, sinking, and it is down for a base hit. How good is that for Tristan Casas against one of the great closers in the game? He got the fastball. He turned it around. The go-ahead run is aboard with 2 down for the man who got Doval yesterday, Jarren Duran.
Yeah, it was Duran last night. It was good at bat. He hit a ball to right field off the top of that wall, with that high wall out in right field. He thought maybe he had got him at first for a double. Hit the ball well off this guy last night. We'll see.
Here is a pitch that misses to Duran. That was a cutter at 99, ball 1. It was an 89-mile-an-hour slider that Duran got yesterday. Casas leading at first. 2 down in the 9th, tied at 3. 1-0. Pitch. That's high, a fastball. 2-0 with Rob Refsnyder out on deck.
Well, one thing we're talking about Cap, too, right? Didn't have anybody in their bench. Maybe you want to pinch run for Conforto. Same thing here, maybe with Costas. Not that I guess you could, but you just don't have anybody available. Now, with 2 outs, a double probably doesn't score him.
2-0 to Duran. The pitch is a strike. He was looking fastball there, I think. Got a slider, and it's 2-1.
2-0 slider. Those 101.
You just spit on that and see what comes now. Out in right field. Deep in front of the track, the 2-1. That's a pop-up, foul side of third. That will make the seats. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, and this is a big pitch here, too. I mentioned Costas doesn't run great over at first base, but it's 2-2 now. If you can somehow get this to 3-2 and get him in motion, you give yourself a better chance if you can hook something down the line.
2-2 the pitch. Swinging a high fly into left field. Back on it, Peterson at the warning track. Does he see it? He does. At the end, he lunges out and makes the play. Inning is over. Costas is stranded. To the bottom of the ninth we go. Red Sox call to the bullpen, trying to keep this thing tied at 3 on the Shaws at Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Fire up that grill. Steak tips and lamb loin chops are on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Hey, it's Joe from my friends at Shaw's and Star Market. Today through Thursday, pick up value-packed sirloin steak tips and lamb loin chops bone-in for just $6.97 a pound when you use the digital coupon. Limit 2 packages. When you shop with the Shaw's app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Get grilling with big savings today. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day your daughter will be able right from the yard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Calling all outdoor enthusiasts. Is your backyard ready for summer? Look outside. What do you see? If it's a layer of dirt on your deck, patio furniture, fence, or walkways, it's time to get to work. Grab a bottle of Simple Green Total Outdoor Pressure Washer Concentrate and feel the satisfaction of watching all that grime wash away. Yeah, now you're ready for some outdoor fun. Visit simplegreen.com to learn more.
The Rich Keefe Show. Weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, on we go to the bottom of the ninth, tied in San Francisco, and it's actually Richard Blyer out of the Red Sox bullpen. I thought it was Joely Rodriguez. It's forever away out behind the outfield wall. I saw a left-handed arm, assumed it was Joely, but here it is, Blyer. Brandon Crawford leading off at a first pitch foul on the first base side. Blyer has not done well getting lefties. 389 against him.
Yeah, I know. That's why we were thinking about it, because 3 of the first 4 hitters here are lefties. Well, Joely's good against righties, too, with that changeup.
Here's the 0-1. Crawford takes a strike on the outside corner. Even though it's left on left, even though he rarely sees lefties, you worry about Peterson on deck, and you especially worry about Wilmer Flores, who's due up third in the inning. 0-2 to Crawford, the pitch. That's way outside. Yanked his slider, and it's 1-2.
Well, the last thing you need, too, is remember, you got a bullpen game tomorrow. Boy, you're putting a lot on Pivetta and whoever can open. A little extra inning game. You get Duvall out of this game, but you're running out of arms yourself.
1-2 to Crawford. Blyer throws. And a fastball misses outside. Good take by Crawford. It is 2-2. Blyer pitched here yesterday. Couple innings, gave up a hit and a run. 3-3 in the ninth. 2 to Crawford. The pitch. Swing and a foul. Just got a piece of a cutter, and it stays 2-2. Joely has not pitched in 6 days now. They're going with Blyer here. 2-2 the pitch. Swinging a looper foul down the left field side. Yesterday, a walk-off homer in the bottom of the ninth from J.D. Davis, and the Giants trying to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, you look out there pretty much, and Joely, Martin, and I guess Yovera, who threw yesterday, he might be available, but other than that.
Here's the 2-2. Swinging a soft ground ball on the right side. Turner ranges to his left. He gloves, backpedaling, throws to first in time, and there's one away.
That's a nice play by Turner, kind of ranging out. You listen, the range is what it is. He's out there at second base because you want better offense, and he's got really good hands. So if it's hit to him, if he can get to it, if he can catch it, you're going to be out. He does a nice job with the angle at this ball. It kind of goes out into shallow right field, maybe about 5-6 feet into the grass. Make sure he angles this ball out and gets it over to first base in time.
So here is Peterson. The pitch to him is cued foul. At the end of that, Jack tried to bunt his last time right at the first baseman Casas. One down in the ninth. Attendance brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're off to the ballpark, dog park, or amusement park, Citgo, top tier. Tri-Clean gasoline gets where you're going. Today, 37,026. 0-1. The pitch. That's way outside. A slider 1-1. Again, you got to attack Peterson. You are worried in a major way about Wilmer Flores on deck. 1-1. They play him way back on the right side of the infield. Blyer throws. Peterson rocks one foul outside the first base line, and it's 1-2.
Well, it is a nice ballpark. Spent a little extra time in it, you know.
Yeah, you'd love to see a 10th inning here. 1-2. Sailboats going in the bay. Pitch. Swing and a foul. He just got a piece of that. And it stays 1-2. It'd be a pretty fun day to be out on those big old sailboats. Cruising by. Behind the right field foul pole now. Glorious San Francisco afternoon. One down in the ninth, 1-2 the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to first. Casas has it. He will take it himself. Beats Peterson by plenty. And they're 2 away, and now the big hurdle. Here comes Wilmer Flores.
Oh, Flores has been good. 2 for 4 here in this game. Last night he was 3 for 5. 1 for 4 in the first game, but last night really swung the bat real well. Got a couple hits here so far in this one. And you're right, with 2 outs, you don't want to sleep on it. It's their best hitter.
Right, he's hitting .246 against Blyer. 2 down, bases empty, the pitch. That is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. For the Red Sox, in extra innings, it would be a really good setup for them. I mean, they have Duran as the automatic runner, then Ref, Snyder, Turner, and Devers due up. Top of the order, trying to get there. The 0-1 is just inside with a cutter. Close pitch. But a ball, and it's 1-1.
You can't have a better runner than that.
No.
Put Duran at second base. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And of course, on the road, you'd like to get more than 1 run. First things first, the 1-1. Here's a broken bat blooper to short. Chang is there. He makes the play. And we go to extra innings in San Francisco. Great job, Richard Blyer. 3-3 in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
If you drove a 2023 Nissan Rogue with available all-wheel drive and 5 drive modes, going out for dinner with the family could take you to the great outdoors. But in a basic SUV, family outings might be a little predictable.
Welcome to Basic Town Burgers, home of the Basic Town Burger.
So why settle for ordinary when you could satisfy your taste for adventure? The Nissan Rogue. Far from basic.
Now, get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city 34 highway to 30 city 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive 28 city 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Well, to extra innings we go. Top of the 10th inning, the Red Sox will have the lightning-fast Jaron Duran as the automatic runner. And they'll see Tristan Beck, who was just added today when DeSclafani went on to the injured list. And these games, Lou, that go into extra innings tend to swing back and forth in terms of who has got the edge on paper. And there is no question that right now, the Red Sox with Duran at second, the top of the order due up, and warming in the bullpen, they have got a real advantage.
Yeah, and a lot of times, you see teams all the time try to prevent one run from scoring. Next thing you know, you give up three, right? And that's what you want to do here. You don't want to play as a visiting team. You're not playing for one run. You're trying to play for a couple of runs, and you're right. With Duran on second base, you feel pretty good about that.
Here's Refsnyder leading off, and he takes high from Beck. Ball one. It's been a long time since this guy's pitched in the major leagues.
Yeah, we're looking for him at 94. He just got called up. Nothing better. He's the guy we're waiting for all day. Stanford man, let's take him down.
I'm all for that. The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 to Refsnyder, who played the whole game. He's 1 for 4. What a tremendous at-bat by him in the 8th inning to get Duran to third. 1-1 the pitch. Here is a swing and a miss. That's a good slider. And it's 1-2. Obviously, Rob, beginning this at-bat is thinking about more than that, but now in a 2-strike count, that would be a pretty good approach.
Yeah, I think now, look at the. You want to move that runner, get turned, and get him in again.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and a nasty slider in the dirt. Picked out by the catcher, Sable. He throws to first, rather Bailey, and Refsnyder is gone, one away.
And this is the hard part, too. You get into these games, strategy changes for the home team, right? If you can keep a team from scoring. But you want to at least get one in and give yourself a chance, kind of close it out in that bottom of the 10th.
Now you have to do it, and you feel great with Turner stepping in. One down with Duran at second, 3-3 in the 10th. Here's the pitch. Turner swings and misses at a fastball. 0-1. This is the Red Sox 7th extra innings affair. They're 3-3. First one since the 21st of June in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's a big at-bat, too, with Devers on deck. Remember, Chang is behind Devers.
So they probably walk him. The 0-1 is on the ground, foul outside of third. I mean, it'd be unconventional in extra innings to put two men on, but you feel pretty confident they'd think long and hard about that.
Oh, I think you have to. Listen, Chang's back there. You manipulate the order to try to finish the game off earlier. It doesn't happen. It is what it is.
Huge spot for Turner. 0-2. Here's the pitch. High pop-up behind first base. Long run for Flores and Schmidt. In comes the right fielder who makes the play, and they're two down. That's Conforto out there. And now we'll see what they do with Raffy. Gabe Kapler is coming out. And maybe this is the Giants pitching coach to try to discuss this here with Tristan Beck.
Yeah, I don't really know what the discussion would be. It's really simple, isn't it?
I would think so.
I mean, you got 2 outs. Tie ball game, top of the 10th. Devers is up. There's a base open, and Yu Chang is on deck. And the Red Sox don't have another position player to pinch hit for. The kid looks like he's got a pretty good slider.
Andrew Bailey is out. I mean, it would be really amazing if they chose to pitch to Devers here. He's looking into the Giant dugout, fully expecting to be put on. And they will do that. So Devers is down to first base, and what a chance here for Yu Chang. But as you said, Lou, the Red Sox did exactly the right thing with the lineup to put Chang further away, thinking about the 9th inning, but here we are in the 10th.
Yeah, you're able to get Duran up again earlier. You're able to, these guys, Connor Wong led off an inning for you, and you kind of hiding Chang. Put him in for Duvall, which put him hitting 8th at that point. But here you are right now. There's nothing you can do about it. Get a slider up and drive it to left.
2 outs, first and second. The pitch is on the ground, foul. Outside of third. It was a slider. It is 0-1. The Giants will have Wade and Conforto Feels like an absolute must to get one in here. 3-3, 2 down. The pitch is swung on and missed. A slider not close was Chang. And it's 0-2.
Well, you're hoping for a mistake at this point. You know, swing the bat, make contact, force these guys, put some pressure on the defense. Just hang it.
0-2. They lead at first and second. Here's the pitch. That's outside. That's a take and a prayer. I mean, he's going to see sliders, I think, probably until it's a 3-ball count. He's had issues with that pitch. 1-2. Durant will score on almost anything that touches grass in the outfield. Devers behind him at first. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Slider, inning over. Well, Chris Martin's got a tall order now with an automatic runner at second in the bottom of the 10th. Giants trying to win this game and this series when we come back on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
If you drove a 2023 Nissan Rogue with available all-wheel drive and 5 drive modes, going out for dinner with the family could take you to the great outdoors. But in a basic SUV, family outings might be a little predictable.
Welcome to Basic Town Burgers, home of the Basic Town Burger.
So why settle for ordinary when you could satisfy your taste for adventure? The Nissan Rogue. Far from basic.
Now, get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive 28 city, 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Bottom of the 10th we go, and the Red Sox hand the baseball to Chris Martin to try to keep this thing tied. For San Francisco, Wilmer Flores will be the automatic runner unless they choose to go to some kind of a pitcher. So not a ton of speed out there. It'll be Lamont Wade, J.D. Davis, and Michael Conforto against Chris Martin.
Well, Red Sox going to have to try to pull this game out, or they're going to end up, after winning that first game in this series, get walked off twice. The last 2 here. Hopefully Chris can come out here and do the job, and then you can get back at it. See what you can do in the 11th.
Well, you put yourself in such a bad spot. Not scoring in the top half, they're going to automatically intentionally walk Lamont Wade, set up the double play, which certainly makes sense, and go at the righty J.D. Davis, who won the game yesterday with a homer.
Well, it really sets up for unique strategies now, because you walk in Wade, and if you're Gabe Kapler with J.D. Davis, I don't know if the man can bunt or not, but you get the guy over, you're trying to score 1 run, not multiple, get the guy over at third at some point.
Red Sox are not looking bunt at all.
Not one bit, are they? Everybody's back.
2 on, none out. Extra innings, the pitch. That is a broken bat, ground ball to short. Chang flips to second for 1. Relay to first is not made. What in the world happened there? Turner couldn't get it out of the glove. It should have been a double play, but Justin does not make the throw. They only get the 1 out at second.
Yeah, that's Turner over at second base. Not Arroyo. As far as like the guy turning 2, but I don't think it could have turned it. I'm not so sure. The ball it was a broken bat. First pitch, slow roller to Chang. It would have been very impressive to turn 2 on that one there.
So Alex Cora's coming out. I don't know why the fans are on their feet, I guess because the video board is telling them to do that. You would imagine that with Conforto due up, Alex Cora is asking Chris Martin if he'd be comfortable pitching with the bases loaded.
Well, I think that's the question. I know it's first and third here. You can still get the double play. Not much has changed other than maybe the force out, and they are going to put him on.
Which I love.
That's the conversation. Like, hey, you're a strike thrower. How do you feel about this? Let's go after Matos.
I think it's absolutely the right strategy. You trust Martin to fill up the zone. And Justin Turner is calling to the outfielders, Ref Snyder, Duran, to come in.
Well, your outfielder's got to get to the point where a fly ball, you can throw him out. If it's over your head, he's going to score in the sac fly anyway. So you come in and try to take the hit away, right? You come way in and maybe try to take that line drive. Because if it's over your head, it's a sac fly, the game's over.
Infield in, bases loaded, one down in the bottom of the 10th. Game on the line, Martin is ready. He throws. Matos lines one foul down the right field line. That is strike one. Time is called by the hitter.
He got in on him, busted his bat. Good power fastball. Try to fight it off to right.
The chance for the young guy Matos. What a game of inches baseball can be. Duran almost makes the circus catch in center field in the 8th inning when the Giants tied the game. Here, Red Sox in the biggest bind of all. Base is loaded. 0-1 to Luis Matos.
When you don't score in the top half of extra innings, you're going to find yourself in this spot because the strategy is always to walk a guy. Maybe there's a bunt. Now you walk another guy. It's always going to be bases loaded in a tough spot.
0-1. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-2. Matos has doubled, singled, and been hit by a pitch. This young guy's been on base 3 times. Chance for a signature moment for him. Martin thinking strikeout all the way. 0-2 to Matos. Chris Martin throws. Fastball just outside, very close. And it's 1-2. Martin always fills up the zone, but you'd like to see him expand a little bit here.
Well, I think that's what it was all about there. That was 96 off the plate, a few inches. Now I wonder if he kind of stays out there maybe with that cutter to get that swing and miss.
Bases loaded, infield in. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. He did go there with a cutter. Really good take by Matos, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, that's a 2-pitch setup right there. Listen, if I can paint 0-2 at 96, the 2-seamer, great. But if not, I've set up for a cutter away, give him the fish. Matos does a nice job laying off it.
2-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper to third. Devers is going to come home with it for one. Relay to first will not be made. So they get the second out. Nice job there by Devers. I don't think, Lou, they had a chance at any kind of double play. So there are 2 down with the bases loaded for Patrick Bailey.
Yeah, you had the infield in, and it was a chopper. It wasn't like a hard hit, one-hop rocket or anything. So Rafi had to wait for this ball to come down a little. Sets his feet, make sure you just get that one, and Connor Wong does the right thing, kind of just holding it. Leaving it up to Bailey here, the young kid.
Switch hitter batting left against Martin. Bases loaded, tie game, bottom 10. 2 down. And Chris Martin ready to go. Peering in to Connor Wong. He says yes. And the pitch is high with a fastball, 1-0. I mean, if the infield is at double play depth, I think Devers can easily glove that step on third and probably throw across to first.
Yeah, if he was back another couple of feet, probably could have done that. But
he's on the grass now, 1-0. Martin is ready. The pitch. Swing and a foul off the feet of Bailey. And it's 1-1. This is, again, a spot where both these managers have gone all in. They did so several innings ago, but no choice but to let the kid Bailey hit. 3-3 in the 10th. If Martin can escape, Yoshida, Wong, and Verdugo in the 11th.
I don't think the Red Sox have played past the 10th.
I don't think
this
they
year
have. We'd love to see it for the first time.
Yeah, it's a beautiful park. I'd like to stick around.
1-1. Swinging a high fly into center field. Racing in Duran. He will get there and make the play. And a Houdini act from Chris Martin. They trust him. They walk the bases loaded, and Martin delivers. To the 11th we go. Bonus baseball by the Bay. 3-3 on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
If you drove a 2023 Nissan Rogue with available all-wheel drive and 5 drive modes, going out for dinner with the family could take you to the great outdoors. But in a basic SUV, family outings might be a little predictable.
Welcome to Basic Town Burgers, home of the Basic Town Burger.
So why settle for ordinary when you could satisfy your taste for adventure? The Nissan Rogue. Far from basic.
Now, get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, to the 11th inning we go, tied at 3. What a job by Chris Martin. We do owe you the results of our Diesel Direct question of the day, brought to you by Diesel Direct, to remind you to stop wasting time at the pump, get on-site fuel with Diesel Direct. We were talking about what AL East opponent would be the stingiest down the stretch for the Red Sox. And the results are in. 63% say the Orioles. I'm with the masses. All right, here we go. Yu Chang is the automatic runner. Tristan Beck stays in for San Francisco. Yoshida leads off the pitch, swinging a high fly into shallow right field. Back to second goes Chang, and this is not going to get the job done. Conforto makes the play. That is really disappointing for Yoshida. And on one pitch, there's one away.
Yeah, Yoshida just not like himself here. Obviously didn't play yesterday, had that pinch hit walk, but game 1, game 3, just not really looking like himself, what you've seen this whole month in July, really all year long.
And on the road in extra innings, especially with a left-handed hitter, at the very least, you got to get the runner over. Here's Connor Wong with Chang still at second. The pitch is a check swing. Did he go? Yes. And the Bronx cheer. Wong did not hold up, and it's 0-1.
You mentioned it with Yoshida, too. Give me that pat and just roll over, right? Beat the ball into the ground ball to first, second, get him over to third base.
Real disappointment. Wong, batting from the right side of the 0-1, is popped foul. I think they've made a real change, Lou. His batting stance looks more open right now, like the left foot is further over toward the third base bag. Trying to get both eyes.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, really, getting two eyes on it. Really facing the hitter.
0-2 is swung on a miss. He got him with a slider, and the Red Sox frustrations continue. 2 down, here comes Alex Verdugo.
Well, this becomes a really important at-bat. You know, again, if you put up one, the strategy changes in the bottom of the 11th. If you don't score again here, which is you don't see often, obviously you're going to find yourself in a tough situation here in that bottom of the 11th again.
Here's Verdugo, and he pops it up foul on the third base side. Look, in the early part of the season, this is exactly who you'd want up in this spot. Verdugo, 3 walk-off RBIs.
Yeah, he kind of had that Justin Turner feel to it, right? This is the guy you want. Quality at-bats coming no matter what. It's a big hit right here if you can get one.
Yeah, absolutely. Need a knock. Chang at second, the 0-1. Is a slider for a strike. That looked high, and it's 0-2. I think that's a bad call by Manny Gonzalez. Verdugo frustrated. 3-3, top 11. Chang is at second. I can't see who's warming in the Red Sox bullpen. It might be Llovera. 0-2. Pitch. Swinging a high fly into left field. It'll hang up for Peterson. He's there to make the play. Inning over, and the Red Sox are playing with fire here. Twice in extra innings. They do not score. Giants automatic runner again. Winner is aboard in the bottom of the 11th in the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Calling all outdoor enthusiasts. Is your backyard ready for summer? Look outside. What do you see? If it's a layer of dirt on your deck, patio furniture, fence, or walkways, it's time to get to work. Grab a bottle of Simple Green OxySolve Total Outdoor Pressure Washer Concentrate and feel the satisfaction of watching all that grime just wash away. Yeah, now you're ready for some outdoor fun. Visit simplegreen.com to learn more.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer lasting scent.
Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the bottom of the 11th, a perilous spot for Mauricio Llovera, who for the second straight day in a Red Sox uniform is going to pitch against the team that just traded him to Boston. And he's got everything on the line. The automatic runner for the Giants is going to be Patrick Bailey, the catcher. Casey Schmidt, Brandon Crawford, and Jock Peterson due up for the Giants.
Llovera last night went an inning, gave up a hit, walked a couple guys, but struck out 3. Showed good stuff. That sinker at 96, 97. Good little slider as well. He just, for a couple of hitters, kind of lost command. Walked a couple of guys here. And again, Red Sox just constantly putting themselves in tough spots here the last couple of days.
By the way, the code word of the game is bat flips. We don't want to see one of those. Bat flips. Enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. The strategy is a little different. They square. Schmidt pulls it back. That's low, ball 1. I mean, I think the Giants are going to ask Schmidt to bunt here again. But from a Red Sox perspective, it's more difficult with Llovera to walk guys because you worry he might unintentionally walk others. 1-0 to Schmidt. Winning run at second. He squares around and he takes a strike. He pulled it back. That's a really good pitch to bunt. He took it and it's 1-1.
I used to love bunting sliders because it kind of comes right into the barrel. I can get my start going. To spin off it can deaden it as well. But you're right. Like Martin's a strike thrower. You don't mind walking the bases loaded because you know he's going to throw strikes. Llovera, different strategy.
Costas endeavors crashing in a square and a slider misses outside. And it's 2-1. And I guess in the end, he can still try to make his pitches. It's not the end of the world if he loses Schmidt here, but they're trying to give you an out.
Yeah, I'm surprised going sliders here. A little sinker up and in, too, can be tough to bunt.
2-1. He squares early. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-2. I mean, That's driving the Giants crazy. I mean, you're asking a guy to bunt, and he just takes the bat back and takes 2 strikes.
Well, we'll see. I mean, you're right. You're asking this guy to bunt. He's not swinging it really here lately. Even though it's 2-2, do you leave it on if you're Gabe Kapler? Hey, get this thing done. This is your job. If you foul it off, then you're out. It's your fault.
2-2. He does square. The pitch is taken for a ball. Another slider, and it's 3-2.
I mean, you got a 3-2 count. Hey, you want to move the runner? You set him square.
There's just a lot going on here. Llovera needs to throw a strike. 3-2. Costas endeavors coming in, not bunting, a swing and a foul on the first base side, out of play. I guess kind of a sneak attack. They take it off, and it stays 3-2.
Of course, when you sat there and squared on 5 straight pitches, you haven't really stood in the box and seen it, like timed it up either, and that fastball was by him.
See what they do here. 3-2. Costas coming in at first. Here's the pitch, and it is inside. It hit him. Well, Llovera plunks Schmidt. Again, I mean, you had him 2 strikes. He's trying to give you an out. It's not the most disastrous outcome. The double play is alive, but still nobody out, and here comes Brandon Crawford.
Oh, and what you're doing, too, is if you're going to take that out, it would have been man on third and Crawford up with 1 out. Now you're going to go back out. Is he signaling for somebody in the pen? I don't even see anybody loosening.
No, I think they're going to talk strategy here. I mean, I wouldn't think that Crawford's looking to bunt, but it is possible. I mean, first and second, nobody out, and you got Peterson, a very dangerous hitter, on deck. You wonder, with the wheels in motion, would the Giants bunt? And if they did that, and it was successful, would the Red Sox then just put Peterson on and go after Flores?
Well, you probably would, but then again, now you're sitting in a situation where you're going to create a bases loaded one out like you did with Martin that you feel a lot better about because he's going to throw strikes. And Yovera is facing a guy that is 6 for his last 65, hitting 92 in Casey Schmidt, and couldn't throw him a strike, and let alone drilled him.
That is very disappointing to be ahead of him and lose him.
Yeah, it's an uneasy feeling of like where this inning could go and what you're going to ask of him to maybe face a hitter with the bases loaded where he has to throw strikes.
Now here's Crawford. 2 on, none out. Tie game in the bottom of the 11th. The Giants today 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position after 1 for 13 yesterday. Here's Crawford. He squares and he bunts it beautifully on the third base side. Picked up by Wong and dropped. Bases loaded with nobody out. That was a perfect bunt. I'm not sure Wong had a play anyway. And now the Red Sox are backed into a corner.
That was a beautiful bunt. Crawford just deadens it right off the bat. It's about 5-6 feet out in in the infield grass outside that little circle in the dirt around home plate. Wong he jumped out there after it. He tried the bare hand, it didn't get the grip. Not so sure he would have had him, but and the Red Sox escaped something again. They've done so well the last couple of nights, but this is a tough one.
It would take a miracle here. Peterson is so dangerous in these spots. They come way in on the infield. The pitch is low. Slider in the dirt. Outfield in two. They want to have a play at the plate on a fly. Again, that spot where anything hit deep at all is going to win the game.
Well, you got to throw strikes.
Chang on the grass. Turner 2. The 1-0. That is a strike. Fastball right there, and it's 1-1. Obviously, Yovera would love a strikeout more than anything else right here. Also take a little 1-2-3 comebacker, but looking to put Peterson away somehow. 1-1. Here's the pitch, and it is inside. A fastball, 2-1.
Big pitch here. You don't want to get to 3-1. You got to make him swing. Can't think strikeout until you get 2 strikes on the hitter. Can't be too fine.
2-1. Here it is. Swinging a ground ball into right field, base hit, and the Giants win. 4-3 in the 11th. The Red Sox walked off for the second straight night, and after they won the opener, a truly disappointing loss today and in the series. Peterson, the hero. 4-3 Giants. Totals and the Nissan postgame show next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see one most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Chance to win.
It's time to get health insurance. Whether you're losing mass health coverage or looking for a new plan, the Massachusetts Health Connector can help. In Massachusetts, everyone is required by law to be insured, and the Health Connector is the only place to get help paying for your health insurance. Find the right plan for you and your family. Visit mahealthconnector.org or call 1-877-MA-ENROLL. That's 1-877-MA-ENROLL. Act now. Stay covered.
This is the Nissan postgame show. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Oh, disappointment by the Bay for the Red Sox. They fall today 4-3, and they've lost 2 of 3 to the Giants. There's something about the Bay Area that has really gotten Boston after winning the opener. Just as they did in Oakland, the offense falls flat and lose the last 2 on final inning hits. And the Giants beat the Red Sox 4-3. And this one in particular smarts, Lou, for a lot of reasons. First of all, you get a huge dramatic swing from Justin Turner. and you don't pay it off. You don't make a couple defensive plays in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Giants come right back and tie the game at 3. And then overall, you don't score in either the 10th or the 11th inning, which you just cannot do against any team on the road in extra innings. And the defense, again, Lou, just really let this team down.
Oh, they didn't play well at all. And that's when you do that, you're going to lose. The last 2 nights you've been walked off, and the fact that they were even close games, I don't know how. You didn't deserve to win either game the way you played. And, today, it was defense. Big error by Devers to kind of give up a run. It was some base running, and when you're trailing by a run, you can't get doubled off. And the base paths, just defensively, offensively, it was a quiet night offensively, especially quiet series offensively for this team. And you can hide some of those mistakes, Will, when you're swinging it and you're hitting, you're scoring 6, 7, 8 runs. But in tight one-run games, you just can't play like that and expect to win.
So the Red Sox, after getting the heroic effort from Casas in Game 1, they just fall flat in the 2nd and 3rd games of this series. And they'll head to Seattle, now back 56-49, 7 games above 500. Chris Murphy did his job very well today. 3 1/3 innings, just an unearned run. Schreiber, Bernardino, Winkowski, Blyer was good, Martin was good. But Yovera gave it up in that last inning. And in some ways, Lou, it will never look like this in the box score. But I think really hitting Schmidt is the key play of that inning. You can't afford to lose a guy. Number one, he's a scuffling hitter. Secondly, he's trying to bunt and give you an out. So that's a spot where Yovera really lets the game get away. And it also underscores the fact that, with the rotation where it is, Red Sox are just short in the bullpen, period. And if they're going to make a run at this thing, they need to add some arms, because even though you got guys coming back from injury, that's down the road. This team needs to win games right now, and instead they go to a guy who just came over in the 11th inning.
Yeah, and you had to use 7 pitchers to get through this game, and guess what tomorrow is? Another one. Yeah. Nick Pivetta is going to be a bulk guy, and you're going to need to get some length, 5, 6 innings from him, because, you're going back-to-back bullpen days. And if you had a 5th starter in there, does this day look differently? Are you able to use guys differently? So I don't think there's any question the need for a starter, not just to have a 5th starter like normal teams have, but it's you can set your bullpen up differently on certain days. You don't have to worry about back-to-back and keeping guys out.
Not to sound like sour grapes, but, this is a Giants team the Red Sox should have beaten. What you said about unclear how these games were close, given all the mistakes that the Red Sox made, well, that's the answer.
Yeah.
This Giant lineup is not really fearsome right now, and look, what's interesting is they got some of the big bullpen arms. The strength of this Giant team coming in was the Rogers twins and Doval. And yesterday and today, the Red Sox tied the game or went ahead against those guys. It really, with the Giant team the way they are, this one really, really hurts.
It never should have gone extra innings. You sat there in the second, you gave a run because Bernardino hits the first 2 runners. Hits the first 2 hitters, rather. That's where that run is. Then they come back again, in the 5th, and after a leadoff knock, it's a ground ball double play to Devers that he ends up kicking, and that's how you get your 2nd run. It should have been no runs, or at least only 1 run. You win this game in 9 innings. But unfortunately, again, that's where I go back to, and you made mistakes on the base pass as well. You did not play good enough baseball to win this game, but you're right. It was right there for you. This just kind of really reminds me of Oakland, where you win Game 1 and you're facing the team before the game trying to figure out, okay, how are they going to score runs against you? But you somehow let them, and you just don't swing the bats.
Yeah, in that 7th inning, they get the homer from Duvall, and then Arroyo singles. Verdugo walked. That double play on the little blooper from Casas is a big play, and what a difference 4 inches might have made, because Jarren Duran out there in center field in the 8th inning races back and almost makes one of the great defensive plays of the year, but it ticks off his glove, and in some ways that's a microcosm of the way this series went.
Yeah, and you talk about the heroics that you mentioned earlier about Justin Turner. That's 2 nights in a row. He gets the big knock off this great closer in the 9th last night to tie it, only to lose it in the bottom. and then he gets that 2-run bomb to give you that lead in the 8th inning, and you're not able to hold on to that one as well. So he was the one bat that kind of showed up here in this series. They're going to need a lot more going into a Seattle team that's kind of right on you, for this wild card spot.
Well, and all of a sudden, Lou, I think most distressing, take away the conditions, the day games, the sunlight, they got absolutely zero in this series from either Devers or Yoshida. And that's going to have to change if they're going to get this thing back on track.
Yeah, there's no question about it, especially, Yoshida. Devers today gets a knock, but I mean, these guys just can't keep it up, the pace that they were on in July. I understand that, but it's about the quality at bat. You're not going to get a hit every single night, but the quality of at bat hasn't been there for either one of those two guys in this series.
Well, the Giants take 2 of 3, 4-3 the final today. You're listening to the Nissan post-game show at Nissan. We make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop NissanUSA.com. Well, in some ways, it was really personally a very fun day. Thanks for being flexible, Lou, going over to San Francisco booth for an inning, having John over here. It was a special day, even in spite of the final score.
Yeah, it was nice. I was happy for you guys to be able to do a game together. I was excited to do a game, couple innings with John Miller. So that part of today was a lot of fun.
But my big brother got the win, and I'm not happy about it.
And he took the series from you.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. No.
We'll see you in Seattle, Lou.
Sounds good. I'm in.
4-3 Giants, and they take 2 of 3 in this series. Continue with the Nissan postgame show next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Meet Joe A, Joe B, and Joe C. What's up? 3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect. Support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
EL.com.
Calling all outdoor enthusiasts. Is your backyard ready for summer? Look out. If it's a layer of dirt on your deck, patio furniture, fence, or walkways, it's time to get to work. Grab a bottle of Simple Green Total Outdoor Pressure Washer Concentrate and feel the satisfaction of watching all that grime wash away. Yeah, now you're ready for some outdoor fun. Visit simplegreen.com to learn more.
Call them at 877-WEB-NOW-1.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I would get a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent. Save on Tide Pods at CVS.
To purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. Some people take the straight path in life. But at Arizona State University, we respect your twists and turns. They make our online students more driven to excel in their professional lives. That's why our personalized suite of services empowers you with innovative resources and staff that sticks with you. Make your next turn with one of our 300-plus programs at ASU, a top 10 university for online bachelor's programs. Tap to learn more or visit us at asuonline.asu.edu.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day, and that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you, Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
Verbo Vacation Homes come with 24/7 live support. So if you ever need anything, you can reach a real person in about a minute. Because if it's 4 a.m. and you need assistance, the last thing you want to do is wait to talk to a robot.
Hey, how can I help?
After all, live support is an amenity every vacation home should have. Verbo, private vacation rentals for you and your people.
Or any kind of real estate.
Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI.
Now the Seagulls have come to Oracle Park to scavenge after a 4-3 11-inning Giants win over the Red Sox. You're listening to the Nissan postgame show. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Arbella Insurance is the proud presenting sponsor of the Jimmy Fund. They help striking out cancer. And Red Sox pitchers today, there were a lot of them. They struck out 6, and that means $300 donated to the Jimmy Fund to help strike out cancer. Arbella's here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. On the Subaru of New England scoreboard, at least some good news there. The Blue Jays fell to the Angels 3-2 in 10 innings. The Rays were all over the Astros earlier today. Kind of a mixed bag there. One of those teams was always going to win. 8-2 Tampa beats the Astros. The Orioles are all over the Yankees. They put 6 up in the first inning on Sunday Night Baseball against Severino. Subaru Summer, finally here. Make it a Subaru Summer in a brand new 2023 Subaru. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. The Mike's Amazing Player of the Game is brought to you by Mike's Amazing, the official mayonnaise of the Boston Red Sox. I don't care that the Red Sox lost. I'm going Justin Turner. I mean, Jock Peterson walks it off. He gets the hit. That's great. But, I mean, Turner was unreal again in this one. And the Red Sox have a great one in him. Red Sox tonight in this game had 2 doubles, one by Devers, one by Duran, and that means another $100 donated to the American Diabetes Association, $5,100 overall. Brought to you in part by the Mass Health Connector. Place to go if you need health insurance. Go to mahealthconnector.org to stay in the game and get covered. We're excited that Walmart is stepping to the plate for every Walmart wall ball. They'll donate $100 to the American Diabetes Association. Wow, it was a fun day. In spite of the final score, the Red Sox head to Seattle, having dropped 2 of 3. Tomorrow, a bullpen day against one of the real good ones, George Kirby, then Bryce Miller and Logan Gilbert. So the Mariners have their pitching really set up for the series. The Sox will have Bayo and Crawford in games 2 and 3. 9:40 East Coast time, first pitch tomorrow. That means the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show can be heard beginning at 8:40. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. For Lou Merloni, thanking Mike Krapicka and Bridget Prue at the ballpark here in San Francisco and back at the flagship. And thanks to John Miller and my brother David for really making this a special day and a weekend overall. Better luck tomorrow. The Red Sox fall in 11 to the San Francisco Giants. 4-3 the final on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You have been listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. You have been listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh. Catches Law Group, New England's injury law pros at catcheslaw.com.
And it's gone!
Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Sponsored by Nissan. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Big Y World-Class Market. It's more than food. It's my Big Y. Buy cars for kids. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
Looking up. Grand slam.
by Mike's Amazing, the official mayonnaise of the Boston Red Sox. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
We're going to drive to left field. There are a couple runs way gone.
Arbella, here for good. And by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Long gone into the monster seats.
Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Dig safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Holy cow!
Sponsored by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
If you drove a 2023 Nissan Rogue with available all-wheel drive and 5 drive modes, going out for dinner with the family could take you to the great outdoors. But in a basic SUV, family outings might be a little predictable.
Welcome to Basic Town Burgers, home of the Basic Town Burger.
So why settle for ordinary when you could satisfy your taste for adventure? The Nissan Rogue. Far from basic.
Now, get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive 28 city, 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining.
Why?
Why? If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this
Why?
a lot. Why? Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hour.